is up? Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Talked to you guys earlier. I'm not gonna do the whole big like, hey, how's the morning going? No one's gonna answer me because everyone's in the chat. No, we are back again. I had to play Fall Guys earlier. It was a big pain in the ass, but now I got another pain in the ass. Now I'm gonna be dealing with now, and it's not Alan. It's actually not Alan. It's the fact that I gotta talk about some more nerd shit. I almost fucked that up. It's nerd shit. But anyways, what is up, everybody? Alan, how you doing on this wonderful Sunday afternoon?
Pretty good. Woke up, ate some food, and I can't remember what I did prior, but then I ended up playing Mass. Oh no, I watched another shitty episode of Batwoman and played Mass Effect.
Actually, really quick, I'm going to ask you about that. But Adrian, thank you so much for fucking subscribing, dude. I am very, very happy to see you come back in general. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, she was here earlier, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably not going to be able to get her to come back and watch the show. But then she even fucking, like, subscribed too. Like, holy shit, thank you so, so much. I really, really appreciate that. And it's all going to some good stuff later on, too. Mark Garnes, thank you very much for coming over here, too. We're going to be talking about some nerdy shit. Hopefully you have a good time.
Oh, yeah, Mark. He's somebody actually was in my city. Saw a bunch of movies and stuff like that. And he moved to Vancouver to, like, you know, be a part of, like, some animation stuff. So I hope everything's going well over there, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm really glad they're over here just like watching us and shooting shit with us too. And you know, we're not gonna like fool you guys' fucking like whole extra time of just nothing but Justice League stuff. There's some other things happening in the news. I didn't really prepare for all those things, but we could definitely talk about those, as well as the fact that we can just talk about just anything you guys bring up in the chat. So make sure to just know that this is a very open, you know, platform for everyone to just kind of shoot the shit. But really quick, dude. And I know this is like one of those things that we're not really planning too well for, so my bad. But I am curious, like, what episode are we on Batwoman, and what did you think of this? I want to give you a chance.
Episode 7, and this is after, because episode 6, they had the pretty, you know, decent episode. Then they had the, you know, 3 weeks break, and it just comes back to just really boring plot lines, making shit up as it goes along, and having no real idea what they want to do with any of these characters. So they're essentially just recycling the plot points they would have had if the main actress just stayed. And I got to where I'm like, did you just take 3 weeks off so you could train one of the actresses to fight? Because that's the only thing I can think of that's changed, literally. Because, like, one of the main villains, who's been there since, you know, episode 1 or 2, like, doesn't fight, because why the fuck would she? She's a, you know, psychological fuck-with-you villain. And then this entire episode is her doing randomly half-decent choreographed fights. I'm like, did you just take 3 weeks off to train her up? It's the only thing I can think that's changed, because the writing is still bad, the acting is still terrible, the plot points are still really, really simple. Like, all it is, hey, this flower could cure shit, and a bunch of people want it. That's the entire plot of this show so far.
By the way, someone said that I misspelled something. I'm curious what that is, by the way. Just let me know when you guys can, because I do want to fix that up, because I feel stupid. But it is what it is. Now, I mean, I will say the fact that you said, okay, well, what the fuck? They take a break to teach this person how to fight, but it's like, isn't that indicative of the fact that the fighting is a little bit better? Because I think that's kind of an important aspect.
Oh, sure, 100%. It's a little better, but it's like, yeah, oh, that fight scene was really cool. This show is so fucking boring when there's not a fight, and it's like, I watch TV shows because I want to be entertained with both dialogue and fight scenes. So it's like, the fact that you're only giving me, like, you know, one decent fight scene per episode, but the rest of it is this contrived bullshit where it's like, how's every other CW show that's currently going on way more interesting than this one? And this is the one I'm rooting for the most.
Yeah, which, you know, hey, I mean, it is what it is. I'm glad that you're still watching this. And by the way, dude, like, you've been upset for about, I think, like, 40% of the duration of the second season, and yet you're still hanging on there. So that's actually pretty cool, the fact that you're willing to just be like, hey, man,
bro, I've seen way worse shit turn it around. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, it's because of the fact that this was a haphazard, like, Batwoman Season 1 wasn't particularly good, but it had this situation of, like, oh, bad first season, good second season. That's a trajectory for a lot of shows. I can think of a bunch of shows, especially on the CW, where the first season was not that good, but then they picked it up. The problem is the actress left. So now they're getting someone else who's pretty good at acting and pretty decent at fighting, but they didn't intend for this to happen. So they're trying to play catch up, and it's just not good.
Yeah, and I guess I did fuck up the word soldier. Thank you, JP, for letting me know that, but yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
anyways,
the word soldier fucks with me every fucking day. I honestly can't. If you put a gun in my head, I'm misspelling it.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm pretty bad at fucking doing that. But really quick, though.
Is it soldier, shoulder?
Soldier?
I don't know how to spell it.
I mean, I don't know, man. But no, I did solid. Wow, I did say solider, and I know Roxy's probably smiling and laughing at the fact that I just said I did. But anyways, Roxy, how you doing? I see you over there in the chat. What is up? Your mic is not on.
So I was waiting for you to finish talking because it's rude to interrupt.
I'm sorry.
Well,
But
sorry.
anyways, I was laughing because you said you did a solid today. I did as well.
Wait,
Alan, did you do a solid today?
Oh, you fucking stupid. I'm like,
yes.
I took that as like,
You
oh,
know,
you did someone a favor, and like you're talking about like a solid shit.
You're talking to Roxy here. It's
Yeah, I
65% of her dialogue is about pooping and farting.
Yeah.
I mean, only when I'm like, well, fuck. Even then, when I'm at work, it still revolves around that shit.
Like I said, 65% of the time.
Jesus Christ, everyone in the chat. The Great Rocks, Roxy, Where's my love for that? I want to have someone put
Nobody
hearts
likes
happy about me.
Dodo, big fucking farts,
Yeah,
yeah.
Alright, y'all,
Literally
calm down.
nobody likes you, Nick.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody
you
calm
need to
down.
understand this.
I'm really cool, yeah.
You know what, man, we were talking about Demon Slayer, and there's this one joke where, like, the dude from, like, the first episode shows up to help out the main character, and then that girl shows up and goes, you know, the truth is, no one likes you.
Wow, I thought of you when that fucking bitch said that
I
shit.
thought of you. I laughed my goddamn ass off when I saw that. I'm like, that's totally Nick. It's like, it upsets. It's like, people like me. No one likes you.
Yeah, but oh no, Gene. I ain't gonna read that.
There we go. We got
one. I'm not gonna
Where the
read
fuck's
that shit.
Blasian at? He likes me too.
No, but no. Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna ask you guys a question really quick. All right? You guys ready for this? Look at this.
No.
I'm gonna put it right here. Who do you like? Oh, I fucked that up.
Oh my
Who
fucking
do you
God.
like more?
This is all live, y'all.
God damn, nickel. Jeez.
Nickel. I like nickel.
Quarter. Penny. No. Let's see.
I like nickel.
No, you know, that's
Nick,
gonna be the
I
one.
know it's hard to. I know. Okay, look, I'm really proud of you because you finally learned how to read without Jet here. And I know it's hard, but just take your time. It's okay.
You know what,
We'll
bitch?
get through this.
Fuck you. Boom. There.
And all together, we're the spare change dancers.
Yep, pretty
You
much.
like
Oh
more?
shit! Look at this. Bam! Right here, guys. So
You just said, I guess, fuck Roxy.
no, because everyone's gonna say
not-
Roxy. Everyone's gonna say her already. I'm not even
No.
gonna allow that to happen. No, they will always say that shit. And that's the thing.
No.
And you know why? I'm not even saying that. It's not because
No,
of the kind of.
No,
person you are.
everyone vote for Roxy. I know she's not on there, but
I like
any
how
vote
Google
for me is
Hangouts
a vote for
fucking
Roxy.
censored you.
Any vote for Roxy is a vote for me.
Yeah, so a fan
All right,
fan.
other way around.
What is up, everybody? So once again, and I show this one more time. There it is. Oh, so far Nick got 2 votes. Oh shit! Look at that.
Wow.
Black Knight, thank you very much for subscribing, dude. Look at them girls dance their ass off.
For 2 months. And Black Knight's in the chat.
No, but seriously, dude, seriously, I really appreciate that. I know, like, sometimes we kind of move the show along, and I don't think you know, but, like, the appreciation I want to show is probably a little, like, too fucking crazy for what we do on this show. But thank you so much, and it's all going to go right back into the show. Even so, something really, really big happened last night that's going to change a whole fucking bunch of things for the show. So, yeah, man, I'm thinking still middle of May. I know I said that before, and people are like, yeah, right. But it seems like everything's going in that particular trajectory, so I cannot fucking wait. And fucking, who the fuck started voting extra for
I mean, clearly a bunch of people with incredible intelligence, so.
I'm just gonna fucking like just kiss her ass.
I didn't vote! I mean, I voted that poll at all.
You probably go on a different account. You're probably Black Knight. Yeah. Actually, I don't even know who Black Knight voted for, by the way. Hopefully it was me.
You don't even know who we voted for!
Wait, someone made another poll? God,
Yeah,
what about
Ryan,
mine? What happened?
Nobody cares about you!
Why are you such a dick, Alan? You fucking
Because
bully
you
me, bro.
are! Because you're literally you're the most fragile ego in the world that needs to be consistently coddled. That the moment, it can be the dumbest thing in the world, the moment somebody might be a little bit better at something stupid, you immediately like have to charge in to be the best.
Alan, that's literally what you're doing right fucking now. What are you talking about?
I'm not, because I don't gonna care one way or another.
Fucking silly goose. I say silly woos.
Wow.
It's the Wolverine situation all over again.
No, okay, you know what? I'm going to ask Roxy. Who's
What?
better, me or Alan?
Depends on the situation.
Okay, what situation is he better? Being a bitch? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I don't know, not being an egotistical maniac?
being a fucking, I watch comic book stuff and I'm getting puberty.
I don't comic book stuff because I'm so cool. Yo, shit is dumb. Look at me, I have an opinion.
I got fucking Spider-Man underoos. Oh, I just...
Yeah, Spider-Man underwear.
Oh,
You know how expensive Spider-Man shit is?
You know, why don't you go cry over Uncle Ben, you fucking nerd?
Why don't you go watch a bunch of grown men wrestling and go, yeah, this shit's real.
Are you trying to call him
Only
gay? Are you
Bad
saying
Bunny's
anti-gay
in that.
stuff? Is that what you're doing?
No!
It's really
It's like
mean,
you
man.
sit there and watch wrestling and go, yeah, you know what? I'm better than comic book people.
I know what's happening. Jet's fucking voting. Why? How the fuck? And by the way, I love Jet.
How is it exactly 44
No,
for all
Jet,
three
Jet's
of us?
great and everything. I'm not taking anything away from Jet. Oh, who the Roxy? Is that you with Ganja?
No, I told you nobody fucking likes me.
By the way, that's fucking hilarious. Roxy
Look, one person likes you. There are 5 more.
No, don't you get Roxy up there, you motherfuckers.
Oh, 3-way tie.
Wow. Well, hey, at least you're there, you know, with Ganja and the bottom thingy there, you know. I mean, that's fair, right, Roxy? You know, you get to be over there, you know, you love them, you know, you over there, like, everyone's partying over here. Oh, Nick, Alan, Jet, and then you and Ganja are like, eh.
Fuck democracy.
Anyways,
You know, I don't
Nick,
even
is your
like myself, but
ego
I'm gonna
sated,
like
or do you
myself.
want to keep going? Because we've been going for 10 fucking minutes, and all we've talked about is polls and who likes more who.
that's true, but I'm just scared to bring up Justice League. Like, even
what's
these...
the worst that's gonna happen?
Even these two guys looking at each other like, you want to talk about it? I don't know. You want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about it? I don't know.
Nah, let me go deal with my PTSD. Well, let me go try to get a bank loan. Man, fuck America.
Yeah, you know, let's talk about that for a second. I'd
Sure.
rather talk about that for just. I just need one more break from fucking Justice League.
Yeah, sure, we could go Winter Soldier.
Okay, because here's the thing. I don't like this shit either. No, here's the thing. I don't like
Shocker.
it, but I don't like this because of the fact that it's not my thing, and that's pretty much all I can really say about that. I mean, we're gonna talk about this more and everything, but like for me, when I was watching the show, I felt like a lot of typical Marvelisms was going on, especially when the Falcon was chasing some guy from a helicopter to helicopter to helicopter. It was like, oh my god, like, this is so silly, and this is becoming more and more egregious as the scene continues on. But it's kind of like maybe they're trying to do this to kind of tell people like, hey, you know, we can do big action scenes, big scale action scenes, even for a Disney Plus series, a show. So maybe do you feel like they were doing that to kind of like force people to accept them and accept the budget?
I don't think there's anything to say about force or accepting or we can't do this against that. This is the character's ability set. This is what the character has been doing in the Marvel movies prior, in Winter Soldier and Civil War. He's able to do a lot of interesting flying stuff around. I was watching this and I turned to my buddies. I'm like, why the fuck have we not gotten a Superman scene where he does this? Where he does cool shit with flying. It's usually like, I'm going to fly punch and then a building explodes. I'm like, why do we have anything cool like that happening with Superman? Why the fuck do we not have Spider-Man swinging through the city doing something where he's having to dodge people and go in between buildings? Like, this scene was fucking phenomenal on any budget. Like, you're fucking ridiculous, you. You are ridiculous. But,
fucking nerd.
yeah,
Fucking
he's
nerd.
freaking out for some fucking reason. 1 second, you start shitting on this. I'll be right back.
Okay, I get you. But I will continue talking about this, and I won't shit on it either. It's just for me, I feel like the flying stuff is a little silly, because it's like, yeah, like this person throws another person off the helicopter, and then, you know, Falcon comes up, swoops him up, takes him, and then he, you know, somehow they get them right back into another helicopter, and they throw him off again, and the scene continues on for like 8 minutes to 12 minutes, which is not too long, especially for an action scene, and I get it, but it's like, it continues on, and then this music is ramping up, like, dun, 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 and then, you know, these guys on the surface level, like, they're driving on the road in the desert, and they're like, hey, like, you know, you're about to get into this, like, you know, little border area where you're not allowed to go through there because it's not within our legal, you know, constraints. And it's like, you know for sure they're going to make it. Like, you know for sure. And granted, it's like, maybe we pretty much predict everything that happens in superhero shows, but at least give me some kind of reason as to, like, I mean, dude, the Falcon could have, like, took care of this fucking quick as shit. And why is there, like, 20
He's trying his best,
helicopters
though. What the thing is, as far as the situation, this is supposed to be like, this deep, you know, political thing. This entire action scene was supposed to be essentially how a James Bond movie starts, where it's like, this is what this character is able to do. This is essentially almost a normal day at the office. This is, you know, this character walks in, he's like, hey, your job is to get this guy. And because of the fact that, you know, you're not, you know, the super soldier, it's like, okay, what's your skill set? Your skill set is you can fly extremely fucking well. So seeing him go through, and it's like, well, we have to put a threat up against him because, hey, this guy's gone up against monsters and aliens. What's a typical threat for him? Oh, it's going to be people with helicopters and missiles and people that can do the, you know, sky suits. But it's like they were having trouble running away from him. So this guy was a force of nature. So seeing this, I'm like, okay, this isn't like, oh, some sidekick. What is he going to do? Oh, he'll shoot a gun. It's like, no, this guy has a lot of skills. This guy isn't just some chump that's going to get pushed over. It's like he can do a lot of cool stuff. And seeing that, I'm like, this is extremely creative. This is extremely like close to what I wanted for something with this character, because you get to see some stuff in Winter Soldier, Civil War, and the other Avengers movies, but you don't necessarily get to see to this degree. And so far, immediately when I saw the action scene, I was like, good, and it lasted for a long time. I thought it was gonna be like a few seconds, or it was only gonna be the choreographed fight in the plane. But I'm like, you're doing extremely creative stuff with that, and I'm appreciating because yeah, I got a low budget, but you're doing some good stuff. The only criticism I have is, boy, this guy kills a lot of people, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at this going, I think he killed more people here than Batman did in Batman v Superman.
Possibly, but I kind of like that though. But at the same time, it's like I like it, but now we're forgetting all the shit that they told you about later or before with like Civil War and Infinity War, where it's like, hey, like, you know, we can't be killing people, we can't be doing this, we can't be doing that, blah blah blah. And then it's like, okay, well now let's just do it all the time, and then no one's gonna like talk about that or whatever. It's like, and by the way, I'm fine with them not
they
talking
allowed
about it.
no. The thing is, as far as Civil War and all that stuff, it wasn't about they can't kill people. Is that you guys are unregulated? He is now a military operative. He's a soldier. He's much like the guys on the ground. You can kill as many bad guys as possible, as much as you want, because of the fact that hey, you now work for the government. You're a government employee.
Yeah, which is cool, but like I just, and by the way, like, because like I'm saying that as a criticism for the overall encompassing Marvel, whatever the fuck. That's why I'm complaining about that. But like as far as the show goes, no, I like that he's killing. I think that's pretty cool. But then we get into like, and by the way, it's like when it comes to, you know, we call it like a philosophy or philosophical ideas about superheroes or being a superhero. That's where I get irritated with this again, because look, you're looking at this right now and you're like, yo, this is like some silly superhero shit, and let's go and be that. And I know you don't like that, and I totally understand why you don't like when people say that, because it insults even trying to become better than just your typical superhero genre. But my thing is like, you know, he did some silly shit like that, and then we move on to something else, which is the Bucky Barnes character here. And essentially, he's going through, I guess, what you would consider PTSD, the fact that he's always thinking about what he did in the past and all this stuff. And Sebastian Stan does a good job. I actually like him as an actor in this. I think he's doing a pretty good job. And I like the therapist that he's working with. They kind of move through it pretty fast. But the thing is, though, it's like we just saw some fun, stupid, ridiculous shit, and now you're forcing us to have this conversation at some table in a fucking therapist's office. And it's boring. It's boring as fuck. And the only thing they touch on
completely
is the same
disagree
shit
with that. I think it's a little bit like it's doing exactly what it needs to do. It introduces the character. It introduces the dichotomy where it's like, hey, after the war happens, what's going to happen to certain soldiers? Some soldiers are going to go right back into the war machine and just continue doing their thing. Whereas other soldiers are like, yo, I cannot fucking do this anymore. And he's trying, you know, you can tell where it's like he's being in that therapy stuff. But I'm looking at that going, this is why I like the Winter Soldier. This is why I like this character. Because he's one of the few people where it's like, we're not going to sit there and turn him into some buffoon. He's somebody that's like extremely haunted by the stuff that he did. And the therapist, this horrible, horrible therapist, is consistently giving him shit for being closed off. And it's like, oh, yeah, I know what it's like through, so I'm going to berate you until you fucking open up. Because, you know, that's the best way to get someone to do something for you. Keep insulting them and shaming them for being fucking closed off. But at the end of it, it's like seeing that character kind of go through that and seeing what the fact that he, as soon as he dreams, he goes to a sick action scene in which he's murdering, like, you know, civilians, people left and right. And it's like the levels they're willing to go through and what they're willing to do with these characters is like, I want to see what the next episode is going to be. Because seeing Sebastian Stan, it's like, yeah, he only had one decent action scene. But seeing him just trying to deal with civilian life was something, a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and that's your opinion, that's cool, but like for me, what I was trying to say is essentially like, you know, it's a tonality situation, and I don't mind tonality being different within the show, whatever, but to be like completely balls to the wall, loud explosions, ba-boom, 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 and then right away we get this moment with him in the therapist's office, and then we even get another moment too with like, you know, the Falcon's looking at his shield, and like we get it, dude, like it's this continuation of the Captain America, like, you know, side story or whatever, but like we're so like in love with this ideology of looking at the shield. And to be honest, like even if I watch like a fucking not James Bond, but like I watch like a war movie or a Transformers movie, and they keep looking at flags of America, Michael Bay always does that. I don't even like that, and that's a real flag about a real country, about real people. We're looking at this, and everyone's looking at this, you know, like treating these war heroes. Like I'm talking about fans too, by the way, like watching this and be like, oh my god, like these true war heroes, you know, they're so amazing. Yeah. We don't even show that much appreciation for real life fucking war heroes. And like we're doing this for this show, and it's like you taking 10 minutes out of the show to walk around and look at like the fucking pictures of people. Like there's like this shrine of Captain America from like the 50s, etc., or even 20s. I forgot like where it takes place, but there's an entire shrine of all this Captain America stuff, and the camera is just like looking at all of it and taking his time with it, and that's cool. And I understand that this is important as part of the show, but we've already done this. We've done this in literally 8 fucking movies in a fucking row, like in a row. So,
but again, it's a monument to the character because the character's arc is over. What's happening right now is the future after essentially the war. Not necessarily the war is over, but this character's fight is over. So it's whether or not like he's going to take over the mantle, and he decides, hey, it's better to just let it go because it's like he never is. Maybe by the end of the series, he'll feel like, oh, I can be, but right now it's like he does not feel
And
like
that's
he is worthy
fine,
enough
but that
to do
also
that.
nullifies the ending of Endgame. That whole
It doesn't actually. It doesn't because he hands it to him and he goes. Then they play that right at the start where it's like, hey, it's yours now. It's like, well, how does it feel? It feels like it belongs to someone else. And Captain America goes, no, he doesn't. But like he doesn't. He still doesn't feel. The start of the episode, he doesn't. He never felt it. This is literally continuing on with that, where it's like he's gonna have to. Something's gonna happen where he has to, maybe pick it up. But right now, he doesn't feel. He's gonna be the Falcon. He doesn't. He doesn't feel like he can step into the shoes of Captain America because that was his buddy. That was someone that took him out and was able to save the entire fucking universe. He's like, I'm not worthy of that.
Sketchy in the chat says she found herself pretty bored with this. And for me, I wasn't bored the entire time, but there's parts where I was bored in a sense. And by the way, we'll talk about this more when we talk about the Justice League thing, but it's like
Sure.
when I watch something for so many hours and it's all just like fodder to just keep things long, and then I'm watching something like this, and this is only, it says 40 minutes when you watch it on a particular platform, but it's really just like 37 minutes.
Sure.
But even in 37 minutes, there's enough fodder here where, projection-wise, as far as percentage, there's about 20% of this that's just bullshit that does not need to be here. And now, like, as an editor myself that I've been doing for since 2015, and while most of my complaints about other particular topics that we're talking about has to do with editing, I'm looking at this and it's like, man, you guys do it too. You guys, and I know it's a small thing, it's probably almost a non-issue because we're only shaving off 3 minutes, but fuck, those 3 minutes need to go. The therapist stuff was fine, but like there's other parts where people are just walking at the, Sam, aka the Falcon, he's trying to go back home and help his sister with this whole boat thing or whatever, which is cool. And there's conversations that happen around there that don't need to be there, but his conversations with his sister are very, very important. But I almost don't pay attention. I have to watch this episode twice because there is so much boring shit. My brain just stopped. And it's like, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe it's a thing about me that I need to fix. But I'm like, wait, like, there's a whole bunch of really serious stuff here, but there's so much garbage. And as a Marvel watcher, not a fan, but as a watcher, there's so much of this that I've just been grown to realize that's not important. This movie just needs to be longer. We need to get from point A to point B. And this is that particular filter that links the connective tissue to go to the next scene. And in here, those things are like that for a second, but then you find out they are important, but it's too late because they're already fucking passed. But, man, the loan scene, one of my favorite scenes of the entire episode. What'd you feel about how they did that? And do you think that was trying to talk more about just black people trying to get loans versus the Thanos snap? Because I feel like they're trying to allude to something way more important than just Marvel shit.
Oh no! This is a situation. There's multiple things break down with that entire thing. It was a situation in which something I always wondered because WandaVision had it. It's like, hey, what's the chaos of like when people come back? Which was one of the best scenes in the entire show. This is a situation where it's like it's been It's been months. So let's say it's been 6 months since everything's come back. So WandaVision probably just ended. Like probably literally just happened. So the world is still dealing with the stuff. So a lot of laws have had to be essentially rewritten of like, how do we deal with the fact that, some people are not going to have income? Like the literal things that people would actually consider boring like accounting, which I found incredibly interesting. Like that entire scene, I was like, I literally was like, I want more. Because one of the things that always bothers me about Far From Home was that you just ignored the entire universe changed. You just said, fine, fuck it, who cares? We're going to move on and do jokes in Italy. Whereas WandaVision and this, I'm like, yeah, the little things. Like, you're actually adding to this universe in ways that I would have never guessed. Like, yeah, what's going to happen to insurance? Like, what the fuck? Did you die? Do you come back? Do you have to get that back? Oh, you can't give you a loan because you didn't have 5 years. I didn't exist for 5 years. Okay, well, what the fuck do we do? Like,
yeah.
I think it was a mix of that, but it's also a mix of the fact that it's like it's like a hidden underneath where it's like they even necessarily call it out. Where it's like, yes, there are multiple layers. It's not just the fact. It's not just the fact that they're black. It's also the fact that military personnel have a difficult time adjusting to life, even when they're trying to essentially like he's trying to help her out, but he's not always going to be around. So he's like, oh, I'm going to try to get a loan and I can use my status. It's like, well, you're a government official. It's going to be kind of murky. And you see a lot of times with soldiers dealing with that. So there's so many different layers to every scene that's going on, especially that bank loan scene. And he's like, oh, I'm a celebrity. I'll celebrity my way through it. He's like, you can't do that as much anymore.
All right, I'm sorry.
Hello?
Yes, I had some background noise going on. Anyways.
Well, okay, I was...
No,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Did I die?
No. But anyways, yeah, sorry, just a bunch of fucking like I'm almost like I'm paying attention somewhat to you, and then I gotta deal with this shit on the side over here.
That's fine. I'm used to you ignoring me.
But no, the thing is though, it's just like because that whole loan scene I really like a lot, and like I agree with everything you said, at least in the beginning of it when I fucking could hear. But the thing is though, is like for me, I feel like there should have been more emphasis on that. And granted, yeah, that's probably a boring part too. People want to see like choreography, etc. I get that. But yeah, dude, it's just weird that it's like we keep shifting between all these tones. When you look at something like Superman and Lois, that's a situation where it's like we get like a lot of build up with like Superman and his kids, and then they're starting to progressively get angrier and angrier, more like, man, fuck my dad. And then Lois Lane, like her stuff starts off pretty calm and everything, and then like when she leaves the Daily Planet, it gets fucking intense. And everything's growing together. This is like, oh shit, bunch of stuff. Okay, let's calm down. All right, bunch of stuff. Oh, let's calm down again. It's like, dude, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a weird thing. And granted, like, people probably don't mind that, but for me, maybe I'm just a fucking, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like that.
It's not that, like, because the situation where they're adding, because they know it's only 6 episodes. It's not going to be as long as WandaVision or as long, because with the Batman and Lois. I caught the Nick.
Yes!
I caught the Nick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm a dumbass. I caught the Nick. Nick is the dumbest person in the world. If you hang around him too much, you start talking like him. So be aware, kids.
Well, I'm not the dumbest person in the world. Brandon Madison's probably dumber than us in the chat. Bro, shit on the like.
Bro is shitting on it low-key, dog, chill.
Yeah.
You get used to it, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Superman and Lois, it's a longer form show. They know they're going to go on for a season or two, so they can drop a lot of stuff in there and spread it out. With this, it's like we're gonna jump between it, and I can agree with you that the tone does do that, but that never bothered me because I'm like, that's a lot of what I expect, especially with James Bond or just movies in general, where it's like, hey, big action scene to show what the character can do, then we're gonna calm it down to introduce the other plot point, because there's a huge dichotomy between how they treat the Falcon and how they treat the Winter Soldier. When the Falcon stuff, it's bombastic, it's exciting, it's like, yeah, we got some problems, but don't worry, Heart will get us through. But then you deal with the Winter Soldier, it's very dark, it's very somber, it's very like sad, where you're just like, you feel bad for this person. It's again two tonally opposite things going on, but I like it because these characters are tonally opposite. They're not going through the same shit. We have one person who would rather run away from all of his problems and go fight and kill people than deal with any of this shit. Then there's some other person who's so drowned by his fucking trauma that he can't even fucking ask out a random girl on a date and play battleship. Like,
yeah.
I love that fucking going on right now because that's something that they never got a chance to explore too much in the movies because they're busy focusing on other shit.
Yeah, but like as far as that goes, though, I mean, I guess I'll wrap it up and everything because, like, for me, I'm not shitting on it, and if I was shitting on it, definitely wouldn't be fucking low key. But it's like for me, it's just like I already had my preconceived notions. To be fair and to be honest, definitely fucking like assume what the quality of the show was gonna be before I watched it. And I will say the show's better than what I expected, to be honest, because I didn't think that they were gonna go ahead and at least give us some kind of like, serious talk with Falcon. I thought the Falcon stuff was all gonna be, like crazy entertainment, action, CGI, all that crazy shit, and we're only gonna have Bucky be serious. But they gave Falcon to be a little bit serious too, and I think that's pretty cool. Like I think that's actually not too bad of a thing. And to people, what they said about me in the chat, it's like, yeah, like I do shit on a lot of things Marvel-wise, just to reiterate, because I know Brandon doesn't watch this, and a lot of people don't watch this too. So just to let you guys know what kind of person I am, I don't like this stuff. And with WandaVision, I didn't like it for the first half, and then when things started changing, you start like, and I was very like immature about it, dude. I was like, dude, I fucking hate this. I don't like what they're doing with this. And then when they started changing things around and doing something different, experimenting with their with their permissions from fucking Disney Plus, I was like, dude, this is nice. This is really cool. And I thought this was not going to be that, but there is room for them to do that, and they do shit more like with Sam's real character outside of being the Falcon. That could be cool. But I will say there's something I do want to touch on before we go on, and you can probably wrap that up by yourself, like with your review and your rating. But what made this be a below average thing? So I'm giving this a 2 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5 would definitely be 2.5 out of 5 would definitely be an average. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5, and the reason why is because at the end, when they showed that new Captain America, they didn't explain why they chose him. They made him white on purpose to make sure, hey, you're going to hate the smiley white guy. And then it's like, even if he's not a bad guy, it's just the Captain America shit all over again. And then it's like, it took just that for the Falcon to go, man, maybe I wish I should have held onto the shield. It's like, dude, like, no matter what, they're going to replace you. Like, no matter what, somebody's going to be Captain America. So are you, like, upset instantly? Like, you didn't foresee this happening before you fucking did it? Like, what the fuck? That was really, really bad writing right there. And honestly, it's like, if that's our villain, that, oh, Captain America's a bad guy, isn't that a crazy twist? Get the fuck out of here. We'll see what happens, but for me, 2 out of 5 for the first episode. But it might be good. I don't know. We'll see.
Wow, forget guys. We can cast Nick as Mr. Fantastic because the stretching that man did is mythical.
And I would have something to say about that, but I don't watch stupid shit like Mr. Fantastic. He's Mr. Fantastic, guys. You get it? You get it, you fucking nerds? Mr. Fantastic.
Okay, I could have said Ralph Dibny, the elongated man, but I figured most people know who Mr. Fantastic is. I'm sure you don't really flexible wrestlers. Text it to me. I'll make a joke about it next week, so that way you can understand what's going on.
That was fast. Go ahead though.
But at the end of it, as far as like the ones of what's going on with the new Captain America, I was at first I was like, oh, I saw that and I didn't really like as far as like his reaction to it. I think he thought that's like at the end of the day, people are going to respect that the shield doesn't really belong to anyone but Steve Rogers. And it's going to stay in a museum because he literally puts it in a museum. So the fact that within like an hour, they're like, no, we need to do symbol, yada, yada. He's probably like, look, he doesn't want anybody to really denigrate or really destroy the legacy because as soon as you get a new Captain America, because people theorizing, oh, he's going to be a villain, he's working for the other metas. And I'm like, I kind of don't want that. I don't want him to be a villain. I want him to be I want him to do his thing, but I want it to be where it's like, Falcon is worried that he's going to destroy the legacy. Because if that new Captain America does anything wrong, he doesn't save the right person, he causes something to happen, it destroys Captain America's legacy. And I could see him being upset about that because he's like, this guy helped save the universe, and you could destroy it in an hour if you fuck up. If you're not perfect, you'll fuck it up. So he's like, fuck, I would have. It's like he's probably thinking, maybe I should have kept the shield. Maybe I should have done that because at least I could be the one to protect the legacy. So I could see him being upset and worried about it. As far as this show, this was fantastic. To me, this is a 3.5 out of 5. It gave me exactly what I wanted. The action scenes were incredibly creative. It makes me hope for a lot of the new stuff that's going on. The only thing that the only criticism, and this is a personal thing, is I think he murders too casually. Like there's like 5 people in those helicopters that he's just smashing into fucking the size of buildings and putting explosives and kind of like it's like the action scene was fantastic, but tonally it was like, look how cool this is. All those people are dying. I'm just like, yo, nah, that was rubbing me the wrong way. Where it's like when he's doing the choreographed fights and stuff like that, oh, that's kind of cool. But he kicks a dude out of a plane. I'm like, that's extremely harsh.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I like that because it's like once again, it's one of those things that insults the intelligence of if there is any of the fucking comic book fans, and it's like. Every time Batman hits somebody through a wall, everyone's like, "Oh, well, he'll just get up. It's no problem." It's like he at the very least concuss somebody. Like he's killing people, y'all. Like and just because they don't show the blood in the fucking crime scene, the caution tape, or whatever, it's like if you guys think that someone can survive falling 3 stories down onto a car with the head smashed against the window, and then the crazy
actually people can survive falling on cars really easily. Actually, most of the time.
Well, that's great, but I got nothing to say to that. Just. It's fucking
people can like they don't just like how high up you have to fall to
too, Alan. That's a stupid comment.
Yeah, like, people survive gunshots all the time.
I know, but when people but some people die from those too, Alan, sweetheart.
Yeah, some people die from a lot of things.
Jesus fucking Christ, my brain.
Yeah, you should probably find.
Yikes. My point here is, Mr. Bias, fucking talking about Stretch Armstrong, you're the fucking dude stretching. It's like, falling off a 3-story
right?
anything is a problematic issue, dude. Like,
bias works both ways, right?
What?
Bias works both ways. You're biased against it, and I'm biased for it.
I know, but I'm not saying I'm not biased. And you didn't even like, let's stay on topic. Like, someone falls off a 3-story fucking building. And they fall on something hard, metal, solid. Yes, there's some people who have survived, but like, there's people who die. There's also people who die from like getting hit really fucking hard in the head with like a fucking steel bat or whatever, which happens millions of times. Like, yes. You don't think that like any of these other superheroes, when they beat up people and like the movie doesn't tell you that those people died, you don't think in your head like, man, I would. Again,
it's not necessarily like, oh, what about a person? Because
okay. Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's not necessarily whether or not any particular blow could necessarily kill any particular person. It's more about the fact of the intent. What is the intent of the hero when he's planning to hurt someone? Is he planning to murder, or is he planning simply to cripple or to injure or to knock out? Because if you go with that mentality, anytime someone takes a gun butt to the head, they're dead. Because gun butts to the head crack the skulls, you bleed out, you die. Versus a Pulp Fiction. If you pass out for that long of a period of time after a gun butt, you're dead. Like, if you want to go as far as like hardcore realistic stuff, gun butts are never a thing you do. That's why police batons are police hitting people with batons is actually supposed to be like last resort, and that's only if you're being attacked. But they fucking hit people like it's candy. even though that's a hard object going onto soft flesh. But it's more of the intent of what the person is going behind there. Is the intent, I'm going to kill you? Frank doesn't necessarily kill every criminal he encounters, but his intent is to. So when a criminal gets hit by something and you don't see them get up, you're going to assume that that person is dead. But if the intent of the hero or the intent of the main character isn't to kill somebody, then a lot of injuries short of them being impaled, they will walk away from.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm glad. I hope you guys pay attention to that because I didn't. But the thing is, you know, it is what it is when it comes to the superhero things, and I do get your point. I'm just trying to be a dick, but it's just like, yeah, dude.
Well, you accomplished it.
Yeah. But so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really ran out of shit. I will say this really quick, Rox. I'm gonna ask you. You don't have to answer this because, considering how many fucking nerds are around right now, you might not even want to fucking engage. But have you heard a lot about Winter Soldier and the Falcon? Like, you know, within the whole ZACK SNYDER talk and all that shit.
Not really.
Do you find it a good thing or a bad thing? And by the way, too, like, oh, sorry.
Okay. Just me personally. I haven't seen too many commercials or advertisements for it. Like, maybe in the beginning I saw it, like, maybe once, twice, 4 times tops. But that's about it. I haven't seen anything else advertising it or trying to get me to watch it. But I've always been aware of it. I always was aware that it was a thing.
Okay, yeah, and by the way, too, I want to ask you as well, and you don't have to, once again, you don't have to answer this, but, like, is there a particular reason why you're not watching that show, or you're not following this 100%, like, oh my god, I can't wait for it to come out, the whole thing?
Me, personally, again, just me. All y'all can fucking think whatever the fuck you want, but for me, I'm fucking tired. I work every goddamn day. I deal with, like, crackheadery shit. Like, on a daily basis. Sometimes I just want to chill. I just want to sleep. So that's one of the main reasons why. But another reason that I would like to talk into is that I'm getting tired and just weary of the constant superhero shit. I get it. I like superhero stuff too. I grew up with some things and my brother showed me a couple things and we bonded off of that. But for me, just with mostly anything, too much of a good thing or too much of anything, it's just excessive. I can't handle it. It just straight up fucking annoys me.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. It just becomes a thing where it's just like, you know, I almost feel like they're competing against themselves, where it's like, we got to come out with another one. We got to do another one. We got to do another one. Like, the fact that WandaVision was just 2 weeks ago, people are still, like, people who are really, really busy and don't have time to fucking be like, I'm going to watch this and don't you spoil it and blah, blah, blah. It's like, those people that don't have those abilities probably still haven't seen the fucking finale yet, and it was probably spoiled for them. Like, I mean, this weird, like, race to fucking talk about it or whatever the fuck has, like, ruined the medium. Like, it's fucking bad. And it's just kind of like, it becomes like a religion. It's almost like this, like, I don't know if everyone has like a gamer score, but like a movie equivalent of it that's like hanging on their identification or something. That's like, if I watch this, then my nerd score goes up 2%. Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I feel like I'm back in high school all over again, honestly.
I don't see the issue. People are enjoying the medium that's coming out. They're enjoying what it's giving them, and there's enough different stuff that's kind of going on that it's a lot of fun. Like, I really do not see the problem. It just happens to be the most popular thing in the world is currently superheroes, but I really don't see the issue with it because people have always kind of enjoyed this stuff to one degree or another. If it wasn't comic books, it was fucking young adult novels when with the Hunger Games came out, or you know, fantasy novels when Lord of the Rings was a thing. Like, everyone there's always going to be trends in media. Right now it just happens to be superheroes, and there's a lot of interesting iconography. There's a lot of cool stuff we could do with CG and practical and sets right now that we never were able to do, so people are excited for this kind of stuff. You can have a fucking, you know, genre where you go from something that's psychological and about grief in WandaVision to, we're going to go to socio-political action and political thriller in the show that, like, a week and a half later. To me, it's like the more they're able to do different stuff and try and do and have their risks, the more interested I am in it. Like, I was literally watching a movie last night where it's like, I've kind of been tired of Batman for a bit, and then I watched something incredible with Batman. And I was like, okay, they did something different with that character. They put him in a new situation, and I got to see a different interpretation of that character, a different kind of story that's telling different stuff. So to me, it's like, the more the merrier. But again, at the end of the day, if I take myself out of it for the person that's literally not into it, it'd be the equivalent of back in the fucking 80s. I would have hated all movies because most of it is fucking horror shit. I don't like horror movies. I watch them. I don't fucking like horror movies because I don't like the essentially the formula they're going for. I prefer the formula of superhero stuff, but I don't see the problem. If a new horror movie comes out, I'm not gonna go, man, I'm so sick of this horror movie. I'll be like, Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, granted though, it's been recorded too, but it's like, oh, horror movie. Nick likes horror. It's like,
yeah, I like fucking with you.
Yeah.
We're not saying that we're against people liking stuff because that's way too fucking often the problem that I've seen with just newcomers or people that have watched us a lot. They think that we like to shit on something just for the sake of shitting on it. We can't say, and we're not trying to be like, you can't like something. You can like whatever the fuck you want. But there's people, you're thinking about it in a level-headed way. You're level-headed. You can take yourself out of the hype, be able to view it from the outside point of view, as well as, you're inside the hype, so you know what's going on. That's a very level-headed way of looking at it, but way too often, there's a lot of people in these communities. Again, not everybody, because if I don't say not everybody, everybody's going to be fucking upset.
Yeah.
But again, it's just those people that are often the loudest and continue to ruin it for everybody. Like, if there's one thing that personally grinds my gears, is the car community. I fucking love working on cars. I've worked on them growing up when I was a kid, painting them, going to car shows and all that shit. I fucking love it. But the one thing I can't stand is the fucking uppity ass bitches. And I'm using bitches in gender neutral form, just for clarification. Just people that are like, well, I didn't get help from anybody. Neither should you. I'm not gonna, don't come to me for help because I'm an independent person and I can fix my own shit. Like, you're literally ruining the entire fucking car community. Don't be this fucking elitist bullshit, holier than thou attitude. You're supposed to be welcoming and don't be a fucking snob about it. Does that make sense?
No, it does. But yeah, and just to not, because I know the nerds are probably feeling like I'm picking on him. And by the way, I am. Just put that out there too.
I'm not gonna say you are.
Well, I am. Roxy's not, and you're obviously not. But I am, because I've dealt and here's the thing. I'll just tell you guys a little bit of a story, because I want to bring this up because this is gonna be very, very important leading into the Justice League talk, which is next. And hopefully, you guys are watching Double Toast by the time that starts, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna make you guys really fucking upset. And I strongly recommend not to watch us. As soon as we talk about that, seriously, because I don't want to hear that fucking crying shit. All right, but the thing is when I was a kid and I really wanted to be in movies. I fucking love movies so much, and I went to school and I did drama class and I did film school. I did all that shit, and essentially, people hey, did you watch Citizen Kane? I'm like, no, but I saw a million of these other fucking things. So I think I love movies. No, you don't. You gotta watch this first, and you have to like it too. It's well, then what's the point of fucking watching it? And that shit constantly got under my skin, where it's I had to know about musicals, I had to know about this, I had to know about that, and it's fine. But it's and I understand you might need to know that stuff if you're gonna be pursuing a career or something. I totally get that. But I'm a fucking high school kid, and all these people that they're better just because they saw it, and this is opinion based stuff. This is not even in class, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, you guys ruin movies for me, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then it gets into comic book stuff, and it's I was okay with comic books, I thought it was silly, but whatever the case may be. But then it gets to a point where it's if you don't like a comic book movie, then you're an idiot. I mean, in the chat over here, not to I'm not saying I'm upset by that one guy in the chat earlier, Brandon Madison. If you're still watching, dude, this is about you. But it's just oh, these guys sound fucking dumb, they don't like this movie. He's low-key shitting on it, dog. It's low-key or not low-key, it's it's my opinion. And by the way, I named a couple things that are bad about it, but I gave it an average fucking rating. You didn't even know I was gonna do that, because you're so into your shit that someone just saying something about it pisses you off, and you're just fucking upset. It's weird. I said a couple bad things about it. And by the way, those particular things people would say about other movies are not popular, but then it happens in your movie and you're totally okay with it. The Ashley Madison thing.
Yeah.
What?
The guy's name is Brandon Madison. I think I said it too fucking fast. I don't know. But the thing is, though, that was the guy in the chat, Brandon Madison. But it's just, and I noticed that with so many people that I know personally. One of the guys I might be watching right now, Chris Ayers. He sent me 5 paragraphs. By the way, I only knew him for an hour, and he was watching our show and he liked the chat attack and he's like, "Oh, you guys are great. I love the pre-show, blah blah blah." And then I told him I like Venom. I didn't say he needs to like it. I said, yeah. All I said was I like Venom. And I said, I actually said too that the movie sucks, but I like it. I even admit, we actually agreed. He wrote me 5 paragraphs about why I'm wrong about Venom and how he doesn't like me. He thinks I'm a fucking idiot. He started insulting us on the show. He stopped watching us for a while, all because I like a fucking movie. You guys are fucking ridiculous, you fucking nerds. Like, and that happens. We were talking about Marvel Spider-Man last year, Miles Morales. I talked about how much I liked the game. I actually loved the game. But because I brought up something, I was like, hey, like this one character, I forgot his name now, but he's one of the characters that knows I think he's the uncle, the Prowler.
Sure.
And all I'm saying during the review is like, oh, I like how they, you know, introduce the character, the Prowler, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, hey, that's really stupid, dude. He's already in the comics as Prowler. Why are you talking about this? And I'm like, dude, like, fucking these things come out and they're different canons. There's 20 different canons of Spider-Man. There's 100 different canons of Batman. I'm just trying to explain for people who don't like it. Well, if they didn't know that, then they're not fans. How are you supposed to get more fans of the fucking medium because they didn't fucking sit there and read every comic book? Now I can't even fucking like advertise this new game with a new character and how they might change it up a little bit? No, because you care so much about your stupid fucking comic book thing that you can't even allow a newcomer in, which, by the way, is gatekeeping, you fucking asshole. Like, I hate that shit.
Sorry, Nick.
I
You're not talking about me.
You might know about every comic book in existence, but let me ask you one fucking question. When was the last time you washed your ass? Go on. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait.
Oh, by the way, thank you, E-Rock, for rating us. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Gia Johnson, for following us, which is probably a crazy time to follow right now because I'm talking a bunch of shit and hopefully I don't piss you off. But the thing is like, all that stuff happens, all that elitist shit, all that stuff that goes on, it's annoying. And even, like, people, like, I've almost lost friendships over my opinion. And that's crazy. Meanwhile, if it's not a super popular thing like The Walking Dead or a band that's from the 90s or whatever, people can talk all the shit they want. Oh, wrestling's fake, but I love my fucking guys flying into the clouds. Oh, that band sucks, but it's like, it's weird. Like, you guys don't like it when someone does it to you, but you're so fucking quick to poke the bear and then cry, I'm being bullied when someone bullies you for your nerdy fucking whatever. So it's like, it's annoying. So... So that's my whole thing. And like when we get into this Justice League thing, I just want you guys to know that's like, you know, I'm not really insulting you, but at the same time, like this hide my mentality needs to fucking stop. And you know, if you're gonna versus everybody else and say everybody else is fucking stupid, I'm gonna tell you in your own words, your own cinephile fucking words, I'm gonna tell you how you're fucking stupid for liking this shit. Because everything that you guys say about other movies, and you say, oh, that should have been edited down 5 minutes. Oh, that should have been this. Oh, where's the vibrance? Where's this? Where's that? You're going to learn that you're full of shit by the end of this fucking podcast. You're going to learn. And I cannot fucking wait till someone challenge me that shit in the chat. I really can't. But I'm going to read this really quick. Dak Chicano Kid. He says, people pick and choose which continuities they want to acknowledge when they gatekeep, and then keep calling people idiots and non-fans for referencing something to a different continuity. On behalf of the comic fans, I'm sorry there's a lot of assholes among us. And I have that too with my own, like, there's a bunch of asshole wrestling fans. There's a bunch of asshole sports fans. So there's assholes everywhere, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, there are good people in every fandom, except for the Star Wars fandom. I love fucking with Star Wars fans.
No, but you're right about that too. Is like, and even then, is like, I remember I liked the ending of season 2 Mandalorian, and then people were like, "That's stupid that he had."
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Yeah. I enjoyed the whole series, and I didn't even get to it until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's like that. You can be you can be someone who's not a fan of Star Wars, and then like that show, and they think you're stupid because you thought it was cool that Luke Skywalker's in there, and it's like, oh, you know, that stupid fucking Skycocker, fucking stupid bullshit.
You know, Luke Squirt Walker.
You know, motherfucker doesn't even walk in the fucking sky, by the way. But I'm Skywalker. Like, what the fuck kind of
like
stupid
Sky
name?
Mall.
But no, but the thing is like so silly too. It's like they got mad and we're trying to get into their shit. Like there's fans of Bill Burr or fans of Pedro Pascal and all these other guys that are good actors or good people in general that we want to follow. And then as soon as we come in, like, oh shit, Carl Weathers in here, and oh shit, Bill Burr, and oh shit, this, and then we're enjoying it, and someone's like, oh, well, you like the stupid Luke Skywalker shit. I'm like, you've been liking it since 1977. Why am I the asshole now? When you've been the asshole for 40 years and you just change your fucking mind and all of a sudden it's like, now I'm the dumbass? You're the dumbass. You got Star Wars gear at your fucking house, you fucking nerd. Why am I the asshole? And it fucking always happens. It's like, dude, Star Wars don't even like Star Wars. How do Star Wars fans don't like Star Wars? My God. Oh, I hate Last Jedi. I hate this, but I'm going to watch those prequels though.
Last Jedi is trash.
No, it is to us, but like if it's a super Star Wars fan, why are they mad? It's their shit. It's like it's doing all the things they like about it. And then, the prequels are dumb. It's like, you guys don't know shit about what you're talking about, and yet you're fans of it. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's why I just, like, these nerd things, people get so lost in that shit that they just stop fucking thinking. And that's why I get mad. But, moving on.
Yeah.
I know I went on a fucking long rant there, I'm sorry. But, it's time to get into this shit. This is Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. And, I've been going around all week this fucking last week. I mean, there's early reviews that were good reviews, and it didn't seem too hyperbolic. People weren't saying it was the best thing ever. The critics weren't doing that. And I go after critics all the time, but they weren't ridiculous this time around. It was the fans.
Middling.
Oh, it was middling, you said?
Yeah, it feels like some people were like, hey, this is actually pretty good. But this is complete fucking garbage. When it came to the fans, look, man, I disagree with Nick on 85 to 95% of what he says. But the amount of posts that I almost declined because some of you crazy people are like, this is the best superhero movie, bro, no.
Yeah.
and I like this movie.
And it's almost like, are they trolling? Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. And someone was supposed to join us today on the show. And I'm going to call her out. All right. Allie was supposed to join us, one of our old co-hosts. And she's watched this fucking thing. Right now she's watching it for a fourth time, guys. Now, Fourth. And it's and it's fine, whatever. And that's okay. The fact is, though, is to not like a lot of these other superhero things or whatever, it's like fine, but like to spend this many hours on one movie within a week is fucking crazy. My favorite movie of all time is Terminator 2. I've spent a total, because I was thinking about this earlier, I think I spent a total of 28 hours watching Terminator 2 since I was a kid, since I was 4 to now.
Yeah.
She's almost half past that in one fucking week over fucking, Justice League.
I've seen The Dark Knight 16 times. 16 times 2.5 is about 40 hours, give or take.
Mm-hmm. And over a span of time. I mean, it's still crazy, but it's over a span of time. And I'm not going to judge Allie on that, but the reason why I brought that up, and Allie, if you watch this, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of you or whatever, because if people agree with you liking it, then fucking, like, everyone's going to clap for you. Yay, you go in there for Zack Snyder. But my thing is like, I thought that when people were talking good about this, they were trolling. Like, that's how bad I think of comic book fans. And then I see my own friend, and Allie's not, like, stupid or anything. Like, she has good taste in movies, too, sometimes. Like, we talk about stuff. I consider her opinion very valuable. And she's into this. And I'm like, okay, either she's doing this to, like, maybe it's so bad it's funny to her or something. Or, like, maybe there's something I'm not getting. Or maybe it's, like, fandom is so bad. It's almost like when people believe in God after, like, something really horrible happens. It's like a religion. It's fucking weird. It's like, I don't understand how someone can enjoy something and then not just enjoy it, but indulge in it. Like, I like Cheeto Puffs. I'm not going to eat 3 fucking bags full right now.
Well, that's because, you're not brave enough.
It's kind of crazy to me. And the thing is like, lots of other people are saying this too. People are saying, man, this is the best movie I've seen all year, which, by the way, it's only been 2 fucking months. So, I guess...
So, recency bias is a bitch. They're technically correct.
Yeah. Alan's been saying this for a while, and he's right. Like, yeah, recency bias is fucking crazy. But, I'm looking at this, and, what I'm going to do, because we're going to talk about this, but we're going to, kind of, like, space it out and everything, but I do want to talk about just the idea of, like, what you thought this was going to be beforehand, man. Like, we won't get into the review yet, but what were you expecting before this week?
Well, at the end of the day, because I was always like, I don't want to be spoiled, but at the end of it, I knew that there wasn't going to be anything so dramatic that it would, like, take away from the movie. It was mostly I just didn't want to know what the tone was. That was my thing. Not necessarily people talking about the movie. I just didn't want to know what the overall consensus was. Because if the overall consensus was something like Batman v Superman in the original theatrical cut, then I'd be kind of disappointed. But then if everyone was like, this is the greatest thing ever, I'd be like, well, shit, now I have something to live up to. So me avoiding essentially the tone, maybe, I could develop my own tone. So I'm not sitting there like, I'm liking this more because everyone hates it and I got to fight for it. It's like, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, what I wanted out of this movie is, I think the theatrical cut of Justice League is a disjointed, awful mess that is, from the jokes to the pacing, is just fundamentally flawed on every single level, to the extent where there's not a single redeemable scene in that entire fucking movie. The closest thing you get to a redeemable scene in the original theatrical cut is one scene where you see Batman take his armor off, and you see the bruises, and he's just a man. It's like 30 seconds, but it's the only part of that movie I'm like, wow, you did something that no one else has done with Batman. You made him vulnerable, which is good. But with this, I'm like, okay, look, I love Zack Snyder. I think Zack Snyder's a fantastic director. He's directed some of my favorite movies. and I want him to succeed. He's like sent up against the wall, and everyone's fucking shitting on him, and in some cases unfairly. They'll analyze every single line of dialogue in every one of his fucking movies, but suddenly like Guardians 2 go by because it's bright and colorful and it's funny. It's like that movie is fucking terrible, but because it's Guardians, we're willing to forgive it. But we got to go through every line of dialogue in Batman v Superman to call out how stupid it is. I'm like, no, Zack Snyder, show them what you can fucking do. But at the end of the day, I was also sweating because I'm like, I could be fucking wrong. This could be the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. So at the end of the day, just be decent. That's all I ask. Just be a decent movie.
And that's actually a thing where I'm like, I wish I would have thought that because I was expecting almost good. Starting this off, though, I want to talk about the fact that, did the 4 hours hurt or help the movie? For me personally, I'm going to say that I think that the 4 hours definitely hurt the movie. I think that, with 4 hours, right away, you kind of fold your arms and look at this and say, 4 hours, huh? You must have a lot of shit to show me. And when you start the movie off with Superman screaming for 5 fucking minutes in 3 different fucking dimensions, and then you have a slow motion hot dog, a slow motion fucking hamburger seed, a fucking seed from a hamburger, sesame seed, in slow motion.
I fucking laughed my ass off when I saw that.
God fucking damn it! And then like, I mean, all the fucking like they would zoom past, fight scenes like in the beginning when Wonder Woman's going off and beating people up. It was in double speed. I've watched it 5 fucking times, guys. I'm telling you, it's fucking fast motion. Like, she's not even in that room. They got a cursor and dragged the bitch around the whole fucking room beating up bad guys. You can almost see the cursor. Like, it's fucking ridiculous how bad this is. And I'm like, you're speeding through action. You're slowing down through food. Fucking food. You're slowing a dude screaming at the beginning of the movie while the fucking credits are on. Like, it's so fucking bad that I'm just kind of like, yeah, 4 hours. There is no way this needed to be 4 hours. But people are saying, hey, like the 4 hours helped because we got to get more explanations of characters and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that the extra time that was added on here was acclimated to building characters. I think there's a portion of that was there, but that could have made this movie 2 hours and 40 minutes. It didn't even have to be 3 hours. But, Alan, I'm going to get you your chance to explain, like, do you feel that the 4 hours hurt or helped?
People that know me already know the answer. People that have heard me talk about anything already know the answer. The answer is yes. Yes, it did. Because I remember being vehemently mad at Justice League because of the fact that everything was disjointed, and I remember screaming, walking out of the theater going, The Flash is the worst part of this fucking movie. And every fucking line of dialogue that fucking character says is fucking stupid. He's a goddamn raving crack addict throughout most of that fucking movie, and I know nothing about the character. They don't even give him a name. I was like, who the fuck is this dude? And I was just like, look, seeing the 4 hours, I'm like, look, I love long form media. I fucking watch like 13, 14 hours of television a week. I fucking love that shit. So you're telling me that this is gonna be 4 hours? I'm like, you know what? I'm excited. I legitimately was excited. And as I was watching the movie, and I was over to my friends, I was like wondering, like, well, do they enjoy it too? We all like long form media as well. So we're with that, and we're just like, wow, this is we're enjoying this. A lot of the scenes are extended. A lot of the scenes go on longer than probably a normal movie would have intended. So there's a lot of fat to trim on there. But as somebody that likes when things take their fucking time, like again, I watch CW shows that have 20 episode fucking seasons. I binge watched Daredevil season 2 in one sitting. So you taking your time, letting things breathe, I enjoyed that. And to me, it didn't hurt. It helped, especially the new shit that they added. But even that, which we can go into, the shit that they took out from Josh Whedon's cut, like most of Barry Allen's shit, of him acting like a fucking crack addict and acting like an idiot for most of this movie. I'm like, thank God you made this character slightly more redeemable.
Yeah, and on that, because I think that's a big encompassing factor of this next thing I want to bring up, and I got the word encompassing in my head because I just read the shit ahead of time. But no, I think the overall encompassing of the Joss Whedon cut, where it did and didn't fit in the Snyder version, because here's the biggest thing that I want to bring up really quick that you're probably going to argue with, and many people will probably argue with. I know Corey will argue with too, but this is the same movie. Like, it's just the same movie with deleted scenes that would be in the DVD extras that was just added on. They paid Zack Snyder $70 million, or at least put $70 million into the budget of making the Snyder Cut. And I gotta tell you, that $70 million was probably used for the music rights, because doing the math on how much music rights cost and how many seconds and minutes that was actually in the movie, that stuff, literally in my head, I calculate as much as I can, and I don't know too much, but I know enough, that would have cost almost $40 million as far as the songs that they used. That would have costed a lot of fucking money, especially because of how much time that these songs are in there. I don't think any money was actually put into any of this other than just having someone go in the editing booth and switch shit around and put things back in. And that's almost
a lot
one
of the
more fun shit.
CG stuff, the redesign of Steppenwolf, the actual Barry Allen hot dog scene. A lot of the stuff was like they got ready, but it's the very green screen. Like, hey, we have all this prop stuff in the background. I don't like. I dang, I don't know anything about music rights, but 40 million seems very high for just music. He uses a lot of music. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't.
Well, yeah, that's
but
for
I think a lot of
actual
that,
minutes. That's what's crazy. Because like if it's like for 45 seconds, or if it's like in a car radio or something, that's one thing. But he makes music videos in here. Like they're literally music videos.
Oh, 100%. But it's just, like, again, I'm not discrediting the math. It's just, to me, that number just seems a little high. But a lot of it was a lot of the CG for scenes that weren't finished. To me, like, that makes a lot of sense because CG is extremely expensive. So spending $70 million on CG/music rights, like, yeah, that does seem about right. But as far as it being the exact same movie, it has about, to me, I'd say about it's 80% the same movie because it's the same scaffolding. You see it's like a broken down house, and you see the wood studs and all that stuff. That's still there, the same kind of pace, the same kind of stuff. But the stuff that was taken out, because I looked it up after the movie, and I was like, well, what stuff was added in? Because I'm like, I remember none of this stuff, but I'm like, what stuff was added in? And I was like, oh, every scene, my favorite scenes in the movie are all stuff that was added in after the fact. As much as that Sesame Seed is fucking stupid, I'm not denying it, but I actually enjoyed that Barry Allen scene. I really enjoyed what that time sequence was. A lot of the new Superman stuff I really enjoyed too, even the new suit. A lot of the additional stuff on there, to me, it really helped make this movie a lot better because it added to the characters. It spent a lot of time developing, building these characters to the extent where I felt like I was reading an event comic, where it was like every couple of pages, we're getting this kind of, a couple minutes on every single character as they go through either a day in the life or something continuing on, that I felt like the Justice League was rushing too much. It felt like it was too much. Like, oh shit, we got to reduce this fucking 5-hour whatever the fuck, this giant fucking fire. We got to reduce it to 2.5 hours so we put it in theaters and not get fucking burnt down. And you start seeing like how bad that was, and that is kind of a fault of Zack Snyder because he created a 5-hour movie that needed to be fixed. But I don't think the fix was better than the extension, the full version we have. It's like the Lord of the Rings sit, where it's like people complain about a lot of inconsistencies in the Lord of the Rings. That's because it had to be cut down from this 3.5 hours it was.
Yeah, and for me, it's like when I look at this, because like the overall, all the scenes from the original Justice League, I think a lot of it's in here. I kind of agree with the number that Alan gave there, the 80 to 20. I think that 8% is the original and 20% is the new shit. And the 20% of the new shit, there's only about 2% of that I fucking like. And, let's go to the Barry Allen scene with the fucking hot dog. It's like, that, like, let's just take away, like, maybe some people thought that was funny with the hot dog, and maybe the song made someone cry or shit their pants, whatever the fuck, But my biggest thing, though, is they added a romantic interest that was never touched on again, and that's something that this movie does a lot, where Zack Snyder, even at the end, with the epilogue, that's a bunch of stuff that's added on that wasn't on original, and that epilogue, all that's...
Oh, that epilogue is terrible.
Well, subjectively, let's just say that, hey, it's in the middle, because I agree that's terrible, too, even though it was like one particular thing that I really liked, but, like, let's just say that fucking, like, that's whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change quality. The fact that that's going literally nowhere, it's like building a fucking door that leads to like a 5-story fall. You know what I mean? Like, why would you not
necessarily that? It's like a roller coaster that goes super super high up and then it just plateaus and you get off the ride. It's like the build up that it is disappointing. I'm agreeing with you actually. At the end of the day, it is disappointing that a lot of that stuff's never really going to go anywhere because who knows if that Flash movie's ever going to come up? Who knows if they're going to keep the same actors? Who knows what Aquaman 2 is going to be like? It is extremely unfortunate, and that necessarily doesn't take points away from him, but it upsets me because I'm like, I don't think it upsets me because I'm looking at this going, man, what would the world have been if Zack Snyder took this cut, edited to whatever it needs to be edited to, and released this instead of Joss Whedon's? What would he have gone another one? Because maybe like we would have seen more stuff, and to me that upset me more than I was mad.
Yeah, because like for me, I'm just. If he knows ahead of time, like, hey, we're not going to get a sequel, or maybe we will get a sequel, blah, blah, blah. But this movie, I'm just doing what I would have done in 2017. How are you going to add in a character who's literally looking at Flash like, hey, like, I mean, there's clearly some kind of romantic interest here. Danny Doggett says not, but, I don't know. Let's agree or disagree. The thing is, though, is like, that's happening. And then you look at, like, the Joker thing at the end, and like, oh, no, that's a dream. Oh, but let's bring in Martian Manhunter. Oh, but no, but that's not really good for anything. Let's bring in this guy. It's like, okay, like, let's just put that on the table and say, okay, what is something for this story? Not a story that's going to lead into a movie that doesn't fucking exist. Because we always excuse Marvel for that, but then we get the movie that comes out that they're referring to, and now it made this movie make sense. We're not going to get that here. So he's literally just copying that fucking thing that Marvel fans like about Marvel movies. He's doing it here, except we know ahead of time it's not going to go anywhere, and yet we're still pretending like it is. So we're clapping for it. Yay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like it.
It's not necessarily like it's not necessarily clapping for it. It's like at the end of the day, like what Zack Snyder was doing with this is like this is everything. This and I know people are not going to get this reference, but to me, this is Rocky Balboa as a movie, like the sixth Rocky movie. Now, let me continue. Not necessarily in any tone, but the plot of Rocky 6, and that's a fantastic movie. I recommend everyone to watch it. Is he's kind of he wants to get the last bit of his fighter spirit out of him, and he decides to go fight, and it's going to go terribly, and he might die, whatever. But at the end of the day, he wants to get that stuff that's boiling underneath that's been there for so long, and he wants to get rid of all of it. This is what this is. This is a person going, look, half this shit's not going anywhere, y'all. But this is what my idea was, and I'm walking the fuck away. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen for the future? But if this was the movie that was coming out in 2017, I had ideas, but at the end of the day, it's not going to fucking happen. But this is the threads that you leave in loose, much like in Age of Ultron. Most of the plot threads in there, they eventually got answered in subsequent movies and TV shows. But this situation where it's like, if this movie came out at the same time, the idea was that shit would get built off on that. The problem is we're seeing essentially the product that was supposed to come out, but never is.
I guess. I mean, granted, I see somewhat where you're going for, in that sense, but it's like, even then, I'm just, no, it's not that deep, in my opinion. But I mean, I totally see where you're coming from.
It's not just about deepness. It's about, he basically is like, look, man, like this was every idea I had. Warner Brothers told me to go fuck myself 80% of the time, but this was it. This was the idea I have. Like, anytime Nick has 1,800 fucking TV shows. Imagine if he didn't actually film any of that. And someone's like, hey, Nick, do you have any ideas for shows? Well, I have a bunch of these scripts,
Yeah, I guess, but it's like, essentially, that's the Tyler Perry-ism, too. Where he's like, he has a bunch of shit, he's just filming whatever, and everyone's like, oh, that's stupid, Tyler Perry's terrible at doing this and doing that, blah, blah, and that work ethic shit is blah, blah, whatever, because it doesn't go anywhere. And then, Zack Snyder does it, and it's like, oh, hallelujah. Oh, by the way, he'll do that for you. He'll put in his trailer that fucking song because he's God, apparently. You fucking nerds. But yeah, like, what the shit? Really quick though, because you brought enough about this up that literally just kind of segues naturally into this. But what do you think that this cut could have meant for the entire DC Extended Universe? Because let's just pretend that all this stuff does exist and that it was going to go somewhere. I think that if this was the original cut that was only 2.5 hours long, but it had all the cool shit in here, we would have had some pretty good movies after the original Justice League.
Probably, actually, honestly, go back to Barry Allen, because he went from the character I hated the most to the character I actually legitimately enjoy. That situation where it's like, look at the girl. Like, the only reason, like, Dan Dog, I'm going to call you out. The only reason you know it's in love is because you know exactly who that is. You know exactly who that is. I know exactly who that is. To the average moviegoer, that was just a random chick that he was very awkwardly staring at. But that situation is, hey, that thread, when you go into Barry Allen's, movie, that the character he's going to meet up later on, because she knows who he is. She knows he's the Flash. So when going around the city, it's like, oh, I know, I've seen your face. And they'll develop a love interest. But that's the situation. Like, we're going to keep that actor going on. A lot of stuff with Aquaman, it's like that we got to see the Aquaman movie, but we saw the characters in there that added stuff in there. Same thing with this Batman. This Batman to me is better than the theatrical cut.
Oh, it's great.
Because he's not like sitting there going, oh, I like you. You're my buddy, right? It's like, oh my fucking God, I hated that. But again, we're seeing like Batman that's a little bit more serious. That's a little bit more going on. But he's kind of he's changing what we know about Batman, and that could have been interesting to see Ben Affleck there. I think we would have seen. I don't know what we would have seen, honestly. It's hard to say because Warner Brothers is so terrible at managing this universe that I don't know if it would have really gone anywhere.
Well, I think Suicide Squad could have got its sequel, and then it would have been connected with the Joker from this and Batman, and maybe Batman and them having to team up again, but to fuck up Joker because Joker screwed over Harley Quinn, and maybe Will Smith gets involved. It could have been like a fun, but also dark movie. And I also feel too like the Martian Manhunter thing. I want to know more about all. I mean, it looks stupid, and I think he's stupid. I think the whole fucking whatever's stupid. But let's just pretend that I'm not hating this stuff. Like, there are some kids and some people that are just into this that would have loved to see that particularly get fleshed out, or fleshed out, not
Yeah, of
fleshed out,
course.
fleshed out. And that would have been cool because, like, I'm sure there's tons of other characters that are with Martian Manhunter that if they came to Earth, they would do some shit to Gotham or Metropolis that would have been way more insane than, like, Lex Luthor or somebody else that could do this shit too. And speaking of Lex Luthor, fucking love the end of that. We're seeing a badass, scary, completely unhinged version of Lex Luthor at the end of this movie, and I'm like, dude, that's kind of cool. I actually like the Lex Luthor at the end of this. That was actually threatening. Imagine someone being unhinged and psychotic, and like they look like a crazy person in an insane asylum, but then they put a suit on them and they're fucking in charge. Is that not terrifying to you? Like, that's fucking great. That's a great character, and I know everyone doesn't like Jesse Eisenberg, but when he's really
No, I like Jesse Eisenberg. I think he can act. I don't, not necessarily I don't like that interpretation of him. It's just that we don't get enough of him. The only time we really get to see any long form is him in Batman v Superman, but he acts more like the Joker than Lex Luthor. With this, I get a little bit more scaled back, a little bit more I'm going to be the businessman type stuff, which is okay, but I don't think Lex Luthor needs to be bald, but that's nitpicking at this point.
Yeah, no, it's nitpicking, and you know, and I know people are like, I'm saying you're nitpicking, but like, there's lots of people that are mad about that. So it's kind of like, you know, I mean, I actually think that people might be on your side on that shit.
Maybe.
But anyways, the thing is, though, it's like, you know, there's a lot of things they could have done with that, too. And my biggest thing about this, too, is with Marvel's Avengers Endgame, blah, 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 you know, at the end of that whatever phase, this could have been an incredible phase. You could have given these people movies. That Wonder Woman 84 could have been a lot better. You know, and honestly, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but, like, with the two things I've seen from CW, I would love to have this Flash mixed in with the other Flash, or go vice versa.
I'm glad you said that. Because Crisis on Infinite Earths, what came out last year, basically, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of the details, but essentially all the multiverses in different worlds were being combined. And at what point the Flash on the television show was running through and saw the alternate different versions of him. He meets the Flash with Justice League.
Wow. See, now, I mean, that's cool.
They have a conversation too for like 2 seconds, but I'm like, wow, they actually respected the movies.
And the thing that's cool about that is, like, it didn't retcon shit like how Marvel does. It was like, no, well, these universes are gonna, you know, intertwine and then untwine, but they both exist. So respect the CW, respect the Justice League, respect the DCEU, and then if this goes well, then let's bring them back together later on, Justice League 2, or the Flash movie, or fucking whatever.
Yeah, because they the moment they made up, it's not like, oh, look at you, you're so dumb. It's like, no, he's like, wow, you suit's fucking awesome. It's like, wow, you suit looks comfortable as hell. Like, they were complimenting each other, you know, and had I wish they had a longer discussion, honestly, but they were respecting each other, and that's extremely important to me, is respect to superheroes. And as much as, like, yeah, and this, to me, showed a lot of respect to that, where it's like, I would have liked to see a Flash movie after this, just to see what ends up happening with a different director.
Yeah. But aside from that, though, moving on, and we'll get into our final ratings or whatever, but, like, last question, what this can mean for comic book movies moving forward. For me, for what this does, not like what it could have been, not what like what the cut could have done if all those things, you know, we're going to get a continuation, but what does this 4-hour cut mean for comic book movies moving forward? Me, I'm going to be the negative Nancy here. And I think that this is one of those huge tentpole moments that proves that this shit's going to go down. In 4 years, 5 years, comic book movies are not going to be what they are in the movie industry. Maybe in shows, but this shit is an example of where you fucking taking advantage of your fans, and you're shitty, and you give them bullshit, and then they just get tired of it. It's like, hey, we took this from you, we took that from you, we took BVS, we took Suicide Squad. This shit, you treat us too fucking bad. Because I guarantee you what's going to happen after this, there's going to be another movie that's going to be 4 hours long. I guarantee you. And there will be another movie where people are like, well, I fucked up in a movie. Can I get my cut too? And I swear to God, when something like this fucking happens and you get another cut that's terrible and finally everyone doesn't like glad-handed and go, oh my God, that was the greatest thing ever, whatever, I guarantee you people are going to be like, hey, you know what? That was shitty. And speaking of shitty, that Snyder Cut was shitty too. Oh, and speaking of that, Endgame was shitty too. And speaking of that, and it's like, it's going to go all downhill. And you're going to realize that you've been eating shit for the past half decade. Because it wasn't like this in 2015. Like, I'll tell you this much. I didn't like 2015's movie or 2016. But, like, you know, at least it was good for the fans. But I don't even see fucking, like, this shit being great. Like, the last 2 years, they've been just giving you shit. They've been shoveling you doo-doo. And it's like, I don't know. But, I mean, you obviously disagree, so I'm going to have you go on, you know, what you think.
Yeah, you should use a tinfoil for potatoes instead of discussions here. But as far as what this means for
What the
quarter
fuck does that mean?
tinfoil, you're nuts. Go make a hot potato.
Continue.
Any fucking way. Somebody got the joke. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, as far as where I see this going forward, I see this as a studio's. This is not the biggest, greatest success that's ever fucking happened, as some people are trying to say. This isn't the worst piece of shit happen. This is vindication. This is vindication in its purest form. People were like, "No, Zack Snyder, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know what the fuck you're doing." And he's like, "Well, there's a cut that proves otherwise." Like, "No, you're fucking stupid." And I know, I got names. I'm a fucking moderator on the fucking Facebook page, so I know how many of y'all were shitting on this for weeks, for months. And then this comes out, and it's like, "Oh wow!" People are like, "You know what? I'm wrong. I changed my tune." Which, hey, I'm all for. You got new information, you change your fucking tune. That is exactly how an adult should learn and react and grow. But at the end of the day, this proved that Zack Snyder had ideas, but Warner Brothers was like, fuck you. As far as a forward for this, no, I think superhero movies are going to stick around for a fairly long time. What this particular movie means is two things. One, directors are going to have more creative control. This mixed in with WandaVision shows that people are willing to deal with, one, longer form media, and two, media that's not necessarily straightforward. That requires you to, think about it and analyze and theorize. They are going to let people do a lot more different stuff. That's not necessarily, hey, I'm a good guy, bad guy shows up. Okay, let me get some buddies and punch bad guy. Cool, movie over. Like, we're going to do both these shows. Like, hey, we could do longer form and we could do stuff that's not as repetitive. So going forward, it's like, yeah, we're probably going to see people, especially like Ant-Man with Edgar Wright. Like, he wrote the script, but they're like, yo, we don't like your shit, you're out. Edgar Wright could get another fucking movie, and they'll be like, you know what? Zack Snyder managed to pull something, and we gave him creative control. Let's give more directors creative control. I see that end up being a thing. But as far as, and it's the same thing with longer cuts, because Lord of the Rings did that, but everyone's like, well, no, we don't want to sit there and make 3-hour movies. You aren't going to like that. People enjoy this. It might be for streaming service movies. Like, think about it. Like, what if they're like, HBO's like, you know what? Random director, do Blue Beetle. We'll give you as many times as you want. Can I make a 4-hour cut? Yeah, go ahead. Here's $70 million, do whatever the fuck you want, and we'll see that. I don't think this would have worked in theaters. And one of the things that I enjoyed about this at the end of the day is I like how they broke it up. They broke it up into parts. But it wasn't just, part, and then keep going. It was a hard fade out and a hard fade in. So if you're in a situation where like, fuck, man, I gotta go fucking take a shit, you got a perfect point to do so. So I see like people just not being afraid of doing longer cuts, but I don't see that happening in theaters.
Yeah, I see what you mean, and if it doesn't happen at theaters, then that's a good thing, and that's like, you know what, I'll stand corrected, I guess. But like for me,
Yeah.
I'm looking at, and by the way too, like just put that out here, guys. I have lots of predictions about shit, and sometimes something happens and they don't happen the way I thought because I just so happen to be fucking human. Holy shit! But the thing is too, it's like when sometimes when things don't turn a certain way. Then I'm like, yo, I think Gene's saying DT is down. Let me see really quick, but that's the same way on my end. It is. Actually, dude, okay. I'm going to have you talk with the chat really quick, and I'm going to call Corey and let him know. Be right back.
Yeah. But something that Indian said in the chat, unless Roxy, did you want to add anything? Because we were talking for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that a yes as you want to, or you just didn't know what I just said and you went, yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
When it comes to the Justice League thing, I'm tired of seeing it everywhere. I'm tired of hearing about it. Quite frankly, I've had enough. I haven't even watched the damn thing, and I've already had enough of it. But, I like stuff.
Well, that is good. But as far as Indian Bootman said in the chat earlier, as far as Marvel shows have a big impact on the industry than this will. Good or bad, everything affects the industry. If you think that Guardians 2, I am 100% convinced, is a reaction to DC being more serious at the time. Because if you remember what movie came out during that time, you had Batman v Superman, and then you had Guardians 2. I think that they were afraid that they're like, we can't be compared, we have to be different, so let's be as jokey as we can. That's why that movie has way more comedy than even the prequel and the other ones there. And you got to see the shift where they became a lot more comedy, a lot more jokey, the Thor Ragnaroks and the Spider-Man movies, where it's like we can't be seen as being too gritty, but we have to also be family friendly. but those movies failed, but they still impacted it because people know what not to do. A failure tells you what not to do. A success starts a trend. So good or bad, everything affects the industry. And with this Snyder Cut, it shows us like, hey, you know what? Is this movie good? It's decent. Is it better than the theatrical cut? Of course it is, but it's not hard to be better than garbage. It's not hard at all. But seeing whether or not anything directly, it's like, no, but we're going to see, it's like, we're going to see a couple more cuts in not necessarily like director's extra cuts, because director's cuts have been around forever. Ridley Scott has like 8 director's cuts for fucking Blade Runner. That didn't start any fucking trends.
Shit.
Yeah, there's like, there's like the theatrical cut, the director's cut, the extended director's cut. There's a bunch of them. I'm sure there's a Blade
My
Runner
mind went to 2 things. When it came to the director's cuts and all that, you know there's an NC-17 version of Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking excited.
I don't know if they're going to release that, but for people that don't know what that's going on is, apparently, again, Robert Williams, he was a very raunchy comedian during that shooting. And apparently, like, I guess he must have ad-libbed a lot of scenes and just was cussing up a storm. So there's just different versions because there's so many of the same scenes, but he must have let out a bunch of swears and shit like that. So it would just change the rating. So they just had to reshoot a bunch of bullshit.
And then the second thing that I thought of when you talk about stark comparisons, just fucking from my childhood alone and from, I'm pretty sure, many childhoods, look at the Batman series. From how it started out with Tim Burton, having a little bit of free reign, you did see some gothic elements in there. It was a success. So they're just like, hey, fuck it. You made a fuck ton of money. Do whatever you want. He did what he wanted for Batman Returns, and how many people were pissed off about it? How many people were upset because they got lost? It was too gothic. So then what happened next? Enter Joel Schumacher, Batman Forever. A bit more kid-friendly, a bit more colorful, a bit more out of the way. It was a success because of the wider audience that it was able to come into, along with various other factors like toy deals and shit like that. But because more people could go and see it, it brings in more money. So they're like, hey, fuck it. You made us a fuck ton of money. You brought in the kids. Bring in all the fucking kids. So then Batman and Robin fucking happened.
Oh my god, I hate that movie more than most.
Yeah, do you want me to tell you a fun fact about Ganja?
Oh shit!
He likes that movie or something, or?
I mean, I like the movie too. I like Batman and Robin, but his favorite Batman, hands down, George Clooney.
I'm calling him right now.
He's sleeping.
I will wake him up. George Clooney's like the worst Batman.
He just got his second COVID shot, and he's
I'm gonna give him a third
from it. Let my baby sleep.
No, I'm gonna give him a third.
A third baby or a third shot?
Whatever gets the point across. I'm gonna yell at that motherfucker. Oh shit, DT straight down. Nick, do you have a update? Great.
And the way he explained it, honestly, it made sense to me. I'm not okay. Look, just in the sense of like he's supposed to be a playboy with a fuck ton of money, right? George Clooney literally didn't have to act; he just had to be himself. So in that instance of being like the playboy billionaire, true, he doesn't have to fight it. But in the sense of Batman, I really wish there would have been more. But it was literally like the similar thing with like Jack Nicholson and Will Smith. They try to play different characters in movies, but it's always the same person over and over again. Jack Nicholson is Jack Nicholson. Will Smith is always going to be Will Smith. George Clooney, he's always going to be George Clooney.
But the problem is like my issue with that, and it is kind of going, I guess, a bit off point as far as trying to compare Batman. So I won't go too far in. My issue with George Clooney's Batman is, unless it's Val Kilmer's Batman, is the fact that Batman is those things, but that's not who he is. Those are personas he puts on because he can blend in and be like, hey, if I'm a dumbass playboy, well, and no one's gonna think I'm the Dark Knight. The problem is his personality doesn't change when he's outside of a camera. It's the exact same personality because it's George Clooney. George Clooney's the coolest guy in the world, the ladies' man. It's like imagine Will Smith as Batman. It's like
really quick though, not to interrupt or anything, but I'm hosting this for a reason here. So chat, you guys don't have to watch this, by the way. We're not trying to have you guys watch this just because everyone's still waiting there. But I want to let you guys know in case you're not looking at the chat. I called Corey 6 times. He's not answering at all. So yeah, man. I'm not rating us. I'm just hosting us. So as soon as he starts, it will just automatically turn on double toasted, so you guys don't have to worry about like making sure that double toasted is on or anything. But what I imagine is that something definitely went wrong with his internet because I'm calling him right now, dude, and he's not answering. So I'm Axel9. He's saying, "What's the chat tag?" The chat tag is a pre-show, and we're not really being a pre-show right now. We're literally just like, "Hey, dude,
we're shooting the shit."
Yeah, we just gotta let you guys know what's going on because
I went for a bunch of people like that, Patrick, be going, "Who are you people?"
Oh, there you go. He's on now. All right, so go enjoy Corey. We'll talk to you guys later on. But if their internet's fucking up, he might put up the show tomorrow on YouTube or something. So just come back when this time. But take care, all that good shit. Anyways, Alan, Roxy, go ahead and continue. I'm sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to get that shit done.
It's all good. We were basically just kind of going through about just different incarnations and just what happens when a director gets a lot of praise for a particular version of a movie and then continues it on. Because if the Zack Snyder's Justice League came out in 2017 and was the same quality, people would probably be like, people are right now they want a sequel. They want Restore the Snyderverse was trending for days afterwards, and at the end of the day, it's like, look, I'm going to say something extremely controversial. I don't think Zack Snyder understands a single character on screen.
Yeah, probably not.
I like what he did with the characters in the movie that he was given, but they're dead again?
Yeah, they're dead again.
They're dead again. Yeah, they're dead again. They're dead again. They fucking dead. So fucking dead. Bitch, they gone and dead today.
I was just wondering how long she's gonna keep going for, but Nikki, I guess you gotta go run around and do some shit.
Well, no, because I actually messaged him, or I called him and messaged him and everything, and he never answered any of my calls. So I could have just been here talking with you guys all the time. But I just want to make sure to like let people know in there that we know that it's fucked up. But the thing is, I don't want to make it look like we're hosting ourselves just for the sake of it because it looks shitty. It's like, oh, you guys taking advantage of Corey's shit, huh? It's like, no, fucking.
That makes sense. That's all I wanted you to kind of speak for. I mean, stick around here. If you got to are going to stick around, you're interested. We'll give you the updates for DT and let you know specifically what's happening. But yeah, back to the point I just said. Yeah. Zack Snyder doesn't understand a single character on screen. He didn't understand Superman and Man of Steel, which is why I had a screaming fit with a buddy of mine because Superman doesn't kill. So the fact that he murdered a man in cold blood is extremely indicative that Zack Snyder doesn't understand the characters that he's given. The fact that Batman is branding people, like Batman killing people, has been something that's been explored in the comics a lot. And it's a lot of times it's in Elseworlds, but it's a lot of time it's not necessarily fuck it, I've given up. It's a means to an end because he has canonically killed people in the established canon that people are okay with. But it's less of a I'm a murder spree and more of an extreme situation. The one I'll always go to is Thanos killing Darkseid in Final Crisis. This wasn't just a random criminal. This wasn't even the Joker. This was the entirety of the universe was at stake. So this was a situation where Batman says, like, hey, I made a solemn vow about firearms, but for you, I'm making a once-in-a-lifetime exception because it's the end of everything. So that's where you push that character to see what ends up happening. But Zack Snyder doesn't understand those characters. And you see that with Batman killing people with Batman v Superman, where it's like he doesn't understand that even when Batman goes crazy murder happy, which has happened in a couple times, he doesn't go as far as he does in that movie. Wonder Woman is probably the closest he gets to because she's a proud warrior and she's able to do cool stuff and she cares about people. That's surprisingly enough, Wonder Woman's the only character he gets right. Everyone else he doesn't understand. Barry Allen, he's like, oh, he's fast, right? So he's kind of quirky. It's like, yes, but he also understands levity. He also understands that he's in a room. He knows how to read a room. Cyborg is a cool character, but Cyborg should have been acting like Flash was. But they turned him into Dr. Manhattan.
If anything, from what I've been getting out of you and out of Nick in regards to this whole thing, is just with this version of the movie, I feel like they focus more on what looks cool as opposed to like sticking with the actual like character and like 100%. Hashing out the story, like actually making sure that you brought that character to life on the big screen, which is what people want. Yes. But no, you got lost in the sauce of like, this would look fucking cool. This would look great. It's not really who this person is, but hey, who fucking cares? Look at this cinematography.
Yeah, no, you 100% nailed it because it's a problem where it's like, and I had more of this problem in the Justice League theatrical, this shit Josh Whedon added, where and they kept it in, so it's also Zack Snyder's fault. But when he gets it, but when they fucking half-assed to explain the Speed Force with half a piece of his mouth going, oh, Speed Force and fast and stuff like that, I'm like, that is the most important thing to that character in his entire mythos. and you're half explaining it while you're holding a fucking pizza. Sits into a car going, what's your power? I'm rich. Seriously? That's a dark fucking night. And by the way, one of the things I legitimately hate about the Snyder Cut, Bruce Wayne's identity means nothing. Every man, woman, and child knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne. So every time stuff goes up, Bruce, they're calling him Bruce over the comms. Batman and Bruce Wayne are synonymous. Batman does not like being called Bruce. There's in just like the animated series and a lot of the comics, there's only like 5 people that know who he is, and nobody calls him Bruce. They know better. So the fact that they just ignored it's like that proves Zack Snyder doesn't understand DC characters, and he's been doing that his entire career. Because Watchmen is a colossal piece of shit because he misses every single fucking character motivation. It's what Roxy said. He just wants it to look cool. That's all that matters to him. And yes, he's great at that. He's great at visuals. He can make things look really fucking cool. But when you don't have a good writer to help get dialogue out, to make sure that these characters fit a certain narrative, you have an idea guy that's going to do idea stuff, but without any substance.
Yeah. No, I can. That's the thing. The idea guy, like, holy shit. I mean, that's the fucking epilogue, basically. Like, that dude literally is just a bundle of ideas, and he's like, I don't care if these have any real connective tissue or not, but it's like, hey, and that's the reason why that Whedon cut was the way it was too. Because imagine dealing with some other guy's ideas, and he knows all the connectives, like how to do this and how to do that, whatever. But like, no wonder why the 2017 movie sucked. That's a fucking huge project right there. Let me just take all these crazy thoughts this guy had and make a thing out of it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's why it's as disjointed as it was. But at the end of the day, it's like Zack Snyder can do good stuff, but he needs a good writer. He needs somebody that understands the character, and he doesn't, and neither is the guy that helped write this movie or my personal enemy at this point, David S. Goyer, because David S. Goyer doesn't understand the characters he talks about. He just wants cool visuals too. That's why whenever David S. Goyer works by himself, it's the worst shit in the fucking world. Blade 3, and then him helping on Batman v Superman. It's like he doesn't fucking understand that shit either. So you have 2 people that don't understand the medium they're working with. They're going to create bullshit. So it maddens me. But at the end of the day, and I don't know if Nick's ever going to understand this, I'm going to forget about this adaptation in a week because it's not going to matter. Not because, adaptations don't matter, but for every bad adaptation, there's a good one.
Yeah. And
the movie that really clicked for that to me was Far From Home. Sorry, Homecoming. Homecoming to me, I'll say straight up, I'm not a huge fan of Homecoming. I think Homecoming completely misses the idea of Spider-Man and is just like, oh, he's a kid, but he's also incredibly smart and builds his own stuff. So the fact that he has to get daddy's money to get a suit, to me, misses a lot of characterization with Spider-Man. But you know what happened about a year or 2 later? We have PS4 Spider-Man, my favorite interpretation. So I have one where I don't like and one that I find is fantastic. That clicked in my head of like, adaptations are not necessarily for all the fans. They're for new fans. They're to get new people in. People that don't know who this character is, so they create a new version of it that's more appealing to everyone else. Unfortunately, it means it leaves people like me behind, but then there's a comic that comes out. But then there's a game that comes out. But then there's a show that comes out that speaks to me. And earlier in the show, when I talked about a movie that actually understands and gets Batman down to a T, I just saw Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. The stupidest thing I could ever think of. And I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
It nailed everybody. It nailed Batman. It nailed Damian. It nailed Barbara Wayne. It nailed the Turtles. And it didn't feel like, what the fuck's this stupid shit? It's like, no. There were jokes where they were needed to. They were put onto the characters that were necessary. Mostly Raphael. Forget the guy. I keep forgetting the one with the orange.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. He was the one that did most of the jokes, and it made a lot of sense. Everything. Yeah, I like Donatello because I like bow staffs. Bow staffs are cool. But all the comedy was dictated towards the characters. It felt organic. The director understood what was going on with these characters and adapted it brilliantly. And I don't think Zack Snyder has the intelligence to do so.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to host this one more time. So hold on in 5.
Nick's trying in the background, guys. So, you know your energy.
Yeah, okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we're being hosted now. All right, guys. So everybody in the chat right now. I guess Corey's going to call Spectrum. So I know people in the chat are telling Corey to redo his Wi-Fi. It's not his Wi-Fi. His CPU is going past 100%. Essentially, if that's a MacBook computer, that necessarily is a kernel task. Kernel task is a thing where your CPU is going so fast that usually it just shuts down. Like, it has to cool itself, and those fans need to run. So it'll just completely fucking freeze. Now, I think that's the thing with Twitch, or not Twitch, but with MacBook. If he's using a Windows computer, I don't know what could be having his CPU go high because he has a very, very good laptop.
I was about to say, it depends on how many programs he has running in the background. When your CPU is... Okay, for a quick thing when it comes to your CPU usage. If your CPU is at 100%, there are 3 logistical reasons for that. You are rendering a video, or your computer is really, really fucked up, or you're running an antivirus software in the background. Yeah. That usually happens on boot, especially on laptops. Recommendation, if you're using a Windows 10 laptop, delete any additional Norton or McAfee or whatever antivirus. Yeah, Windows Defender will account for most of it.
You actually helped me out with that situation when that happened with my laptop.
Yeah. Additional antivirus software programs will bog down your computer.
Carlos is actually heading his way to his house, so if Carlos goes over there and helps him out with the PC, then that'd be good. But people just keep saying, like, Corey, Wi-Fi, and you're going to make the dude mad because that's fucking clearly not what's going on. The shit's not even on Wi-Fi. He has it on wired. So just, Corey will do whatever he can to fix it. If you guys want us to, we can chill here and just entertain y'all. And
at the end of the day, we will entertain you. If there's any questions, because I know Jada just popped in the chat saying 2017 was barely a film, and after seeing that Snyder's version, it's like downright embarrassing. It makes it worse, which I completely agree. But if there's any questions or anything you want us to explain, we have you.
Yeah,
we can talk about shit we like. So that way they don't think we shit on everything all the time.
We actually might do a thing, chat, and I mean this mainly for Double Toasted chat, because obviously there's not a lot of people over here. But if you guys want us to, and thank you by the way for all the follows. Princess did it, C Dudding, thank you very much. But everybody over there to Double Toasted chat, if you guys want to, we can play like a Jackbox party game or something. Are you guys cool with that? Like that'd be fun.
Oh fuck yeah!
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'll be down for that. Just don't be dicks. I'll make sure to have it where you guys got signed to Twitch, so I know exactly when you're being an asshole. But hopefully you guys can actually enjoy us and shoot the show with us. Bad Shields, thank you very much for following on Twitch. Phantom Knots over there, but yeah, really sorry about all the issues, guys. But Corey, I mean, he had to have everybody literally go to his fucking house and everything, so he's not just sitting there with a thumb up his ass. Like he's really trying. So we'll figure it out.
I'll try to answer as many questions in the chat because I know Bougie just asked if you're using Windows Defender in a store-bought antivirus program. Windows Defender will account for most of viruses you would get from either faulty programs or anything you download. If you're also worried about whatever websites you go to, using an anti-block on Chrome will allow a lot of the pop-ups and a lot of the programs a lot of things that would send you to a site that would download. If you ever open a tab up and that immediately puts a download in your download bar, delete it. Delete it off your hard drive and do a reset, because those are most likely some version of an adware program. 90% of viruses are adware. And what adware is it'll start doing random pop-ups on your computer. So be careful when it comes to that stuff. Ad block is essential for using a computer nowadays.
Yeah, let me see here. So Corey keeps turning out. You know what's funny, dude? Not to make fun of the situation. It keeps going away, but like it keeps popping up, and there's Corey in the middle of the square. And he keeps looking at the computer, all mad, and then just goes away. It's fucked up. Anyways, guys, with Burgers Blues. Oh yeah, you're saying thank you to Alan. So I just want to put this out here. I'm gonna start up Jackbox TV. If we don't end up actually playing it, then my bad. But like I'm gonna switch all up right now. So if I'm kind of quiet and you guys are talking to Alan, it's just because I'm setting everything up. Thank you very much for the follow, Denton91. Really, really appreciate that. All you guys are fucking awesome, by the way. Make sure to keep us, on your, radar or whatever, because yeah, when shit like this happens, we always try to come in and do something so you guys are not just there for no reason. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, we do this almost every day of the week. So if there's ever a situation where you're like, I'll come to the show a little bit early, there'll be something for you.
Yeah, let me see here. So, chat, I don't know if you guys know about this, but get yourselves ready for this. It's jackbox.tv. That's how you join the game. You don't have to have the game. You just have to have access to a browser or whatever the fuck, and you guys can join us. It'll be fun as shit. I might reiterate that again because the Moobot just put a commercial, and I'm just like, wow, really? Right in the middle of me fucking talking. I mean, thank you for doing it, though, Mr. Moobot. I really appreciate the commercials. Ads are good, but you kind of interrupted my flow. Let's see, I'm gonna turn this shit off. It's too loud. There we go. If you guys have any questions for Alan and everything too, make sure to throw them out there. Thank you very much, Jay Wiles for 93 for following us too. Bad Shield saying tell Corey to start changing his power settings. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on.
Power settings are not as okay. Quick, let's have a power settings. Power settings are less about how well your computer will run and more about the upward total gap. So the difference between balanced and increase is usually about maybe 20% increase in CPU and more of a brighter screen. Because screen brightness reduces your battery a lot, but in all honesty, it's not going to be significant enough for you to really see anything out of there. A couple more frames in a video game and maybe 10% increased CPU usage, but for the most part, you should probably stick to balance. It'll increase the life of your battery.
Huh. Well, that is actually interesting. Let me see. Trying to find a way to show the fucking screen, but it's just not working over here.
What's the code? I'm sending the website to Jackbox TV for people that want to immediately join. But what's the room code?
No, I don't have it yet because I guys had it all up.
Oh.
It's just the thing's all confusing and whatnot.
Yeah, and for people, the Jackbox links is in the chat, but it's jackbox.tv. So you could Google it and you'll eventually figure it out. But once we get the code on, we'll put it on the screen and you guys can pop into whatever game we're playing.
Yeah, everyone's hearing like some bird noises background. It's not Allie. He doesn't have that many birds around him. It's his game. Just put that out there because I'm like, wow, while Alan's talking and it's like, it's so fucking funny.
No, my bird is currently sleeping because she was having a bad day earlier. But I just realized we never gave I never gave my ratings for just ZACK SNYDER'S Justice League. I gave us an idea of it, but I figured while we're waiting. As far as all the additional scenes are some of my favorite scenes of the movie. I like what they did with Superman and him walking through when he's getting his suit, him walking through, and both of the speeches from his father are overlapping each other. And it's basically trying to show him, it's like, hey, take both of our lessons, but understand you can be your own person, make your own choices, and he becomes the Superman that we know. Those scenes were incredible, or just seeing a lot of the cyborg stuff added to that character. So everything that was added was great. Most things that were taken out were fantastic. So, but at the end of the day, it's like this still was a disjointed movie that didn't understand its characters. So I would give it a 6 out of 10. So 6.5 out of 10. It was above average, but it wasn't anything that anyone's going to remember. And I'll say this, and I hope Zack Snyder listens to this message one day. Zack Snyder, walk away from DC, walk away from Warner Brothers.
Walk away.
Maybe keep the Warner Brothers check and work on another movie. I hope you continue funding your career. But walk away from DC movies. You have never been able to pull it off. You've made the money, but you've in some cases detrimentally affected the characters. And honestly, at this point, the hatred that you have gotten cannot have been worth the checks you have been getting. I would rather see you do other stuff. I'm excited for Army of the Dead because the last time people loved your movies, and trust me, lost in the fucking poll that someone did earlier. Fuck you, Chris Aries. But Dawn of the Dead is apparently Zack Snyder's best fucking movie, even though all of y'all are fucking wrong. But go do your own thing. Just walk into the sunset. You won. You proved everybody wrong that you can make a decent movie. Now go make whatever the fuck you want.
Well, you know what? You're wrong. Thank you, C. Dunning, by the way. Thank you very much for the subscription. I really appreciate that. Even though it's with Prime, it fucking seriously, dude. Like the appreciation, I can't even fucking say enough words that actually mirrors how I feel. But it's all going right back into the quality of the show and everything too. So thank you so much for that. And I'm just changing some settings really quick. So you guys had to be required to sign on to Twitch. If you need help, I'll make sure to walk you guys through that right now on the show. But let me go ahead and kind of set this up. I'm going to make sure to add myself as far as the room code goes. And then we shall be good.
Yeah. And yeah, for asking for the room code, literally we'll get it in a few moments. So just stick by. And if there's any questions you got, anything like that, because the Zack Snyder, again, fantastic director. If you're wondering what my current favorite movie from is, it's Guardians of the Goa'uld. It's the Owl movie. The best way to look it up. It is just fantastic visual storytelling. It was based on a book, so he was able to get a lot of script going on. And that is Mamu. That is I'll post it in the chat for the people, so that is the room code.
Really quick, Gene, thank you so fucking much, dude. Yeah, gifting them subs, dude. I appreciate it so much. Like, my fucking heart's like in a flutter, actually. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm like, fucking
log into Twitch. Do this? Sorry, I guess this is a good time to explain it.
Oh, essentially, so what you do is you go over there to jackbox.tv, and then in the bottom, or not bottom, but in the top left corner of the screen, you'll see like these lines. You click on those, and then you'll see a Twitch login code. You just click on that.
Yes.
Automatically signs you in, then you're good.
Okay, I selected my character and I'm in. And same thing with Ryan and JP and a couple other people. So welcome to the fun. And yes, thank you, Gene, for buying a bunch of people a bunch of subs.
Yeah, man. And really quick, so we're host target cannot be changed more than 3 times in every half hour. Shit. Well, we can't even actually. Well, we got enough people in this call anyways. But the thing is, I was trying to figure out, like, okay, well, we got to host ourselves again because Corey still hasn't started. But I guess it doesn't matter. So, guys, if you're already with us, then cool. But find us. I'm going to type this into the Double Toast of Twitch very, very quickly.
In the meantime, you take your time with that. I'm going to read some of the comments. C. Dunning saying, I think Zack Snyder understands his versions of his characters, but doesn't understand the characters in general. Which is fair. He created his own version, and at the end of the day, you could think of Zack Snyder's movies as an Elseworld story. The problem is, and this is the argument I was having with a friend of mine literally yesterday, is the thing that makes Elseworlds, the connective tissue between every single Elseworld story, is that the Elseworlds take a version of the established character that we know and put them in a different situation. Zack Snyder fundamentally changes every single character he interacts with, so they are no longer the characters that we know. It is no longer Batman, it is no longer the Flash. It is people called Batman, people called the Flash. These are not the characters that we know.
I'm Schmitty, and I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out
Let me see. So just so you guys know, with Quiplash, the whole idea of this is you get a prompt, and the prompt is you guys got to go in there and say something that's either funny or gets a reaction that people can vote for. That's a better response than somebody else gave with the same prompt. So that's the idea there. And thank you very much to whoever just followed yet again. That's Dom Geezy. Thank you so much, Dom Geezy. Really appreciate that, dude.
Man, fuck you, buddy. My buddy I was arguing with last night in the chat. He's right there. Fuck you.
Firewolf.
There's 130 people here. I'll fucking call you out.
What, Troy Gates?
Yeah, Troy Gates. I was arguing with him last night because this motherfucker wants to make a fucking Elseworld story in which Thomas Wayne survives and becomes Batman and then raises up Bruce Wayne, and he wants to see what kind of story that is. And I was arguing to him that Bruce Wayne is not a character. Bruce Wayne only becomes a character after his parents have been killed. Before that, that character does not exist. So you cannot tell a story of Batman without his parents dying because that is no longer Batman. That is just a person called Bruce Wayne. That's not Batman.
I got it.
And right now if we're being a little bit more quiet. We're getting prompts, so we're trying to make answer questions. So I should probably shut the fuck up for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out, man. Like doing the show and then trying to be funny on these fucking things. This is hard as shit.
Okay, got my questions in. Okay, Lego Batman. Lego Batman, surprisingly enough, as much as it's extremely jokey, does get enough of Bruce Wayne going down. It does a lot of satirical stuff where it's essentially trying to break down a lot of the tropes that the character goes through. But for the most part, tends to get Batman down. It's just a lot more Deadpool-ish jokey than anything else. Batman, it's Batman. This is eye-rolling excuses. It's not really eye-rolling excuses. It is a situation of we have this established character and we know his creation. Okay, so the first prompt is Solar Wind will be a joke once we harness the power of... Well, man!
Solar and Wind will be a joke once we harness the power of Nick's cynicism or Alan's hate.
Shit, Boulder Unlimited, so...
Yeah.
I guess the people in the audience that joined in are able to vote as well. And, yeah, so who fucking won? Oh, wow. So
That's
Nick's
wonderful.
cynicism is more powerful than my hate.
Wow, look at the political fucking answer you gave. What an asshole.
All right, check this out.
You're trying to profit off people not liking you?
You goddamn right.
That's fucking weird. Mother called you a toddler tyrant when you walked over all the other kids like stairs or were in a coma. Damn.
This is dark as fuck.
Oh yeah, no, this is a double toast community, man. This shit's, the whole fucking thing's gonna be dark as hell. But chat, hopefully everything's having fun. Everyone's having fun over there in the double toaster room. I'm gonna try to host this again in a little bit, but we'll see. We shall see, guys.
Over the other kids. I mean, honestly, toddler tyrant. Yeah, you're walking over other kids. You're the mad tyrant. Why? Well, you killed a bunch of kids. That's fucked.
Yeah, so
What used to have wings before God took away his power of flight? Look, okay. Lucifer is. I'm answering Lucifer because that's literally just the case. My silly opinions have wings. Fuck you.
They really don't. They really don't.
What 4-year-old wrote that one?
Denton91, no, there is no update on the show yet, but I'm pretty sure Corey's talking to Spectrum right now. If something happens and they're unable to kind of go back live, I think most likely they're going to be recording and then putting it up tomorrow. But I'll make sure to call Corey in a little bit and actually really find out. Firewolf, what's up there? He says, yes, we absolutely do need therapy. Man, you missed most of our show. It was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, don't worry, I'll also continue being mad. You know the restaurant was bad when the waiter says, who ordered the poo-poo platter? The poo-poo platter is an actual thing.
What is it? Like, I mean, it's not shit.
I don't fucking know. It's not actual shit. I'm gonna look it up real quick because the poo-poo platter is an actual thing. I think it's a bunch of like scraps or whatever.
Yeah, they're like literal poo-poo platter.
Okay, so apparently it's eggs, egg rolls, spare ribs, chicken wings. It's a bunch of random bullshit apparently.
Yeah, I guess that's what they call it, dude. It's like just a big random piece of shit. Look at that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it still looks okay. I mean, I like how certain foods are done, but like...
I think it's what it is. It's the junk food where it's like you just grab it off there. You don't really have to focus on like eating with
The Snyder cut. I like that.
The Snyder cut. Find a way. Who wrote these fucking prompts?
I don't... Not the... But the answers or the prompts?
Yeah, the answers. The chat attack?
Yeah,
Who the fuck's
boy.
The chat attack? Is that you?
Yes.
Yes, that's me, fool. I can't believe
Wow.
we got a tie. That's bullshit. The real uncool abort.
What's next?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
An award show that
Name an award. Name an award show that celebrated the most mediocre movies of the year. The chat attack. The Biden Award. The Snyder
Snyder
Awards.
Awards.
pick the one you like
Oh, I don't know
Fuck
which
those
one.
Snyder
The,
Awards.
the Biden Awards, because you don't get more mediocre than Biden.
The bar
Eddie-
is so low.
Eddie in the chat. They really do eat the poo poo. Fucking stupid.
Did you say that in the chat? Or oh, it must be the Facebook chat.
Yeah, it's Facebook chat. Yeah, I always have the all the chats up there, the YouTubes
The
and everything.
Blandies. I like the Blandies. That's actually a pretty good one.
Let's see the next
That's
one.
what we should do for our like Oscars, like the Blandies. Captain Crunch's nickname at the Naval Academy. Last part of our complete breakfast, Sergeant Bite. I like that. The
Sergeant
simplicity of Sergeant Bite. I like.
Yeah. Captain Crunch's nickname. Wait, is he a captain or a sergeant? What the?
Yeah, who knows?
Man, that reminds me. The MCU has a long history of giving people military military levels based on nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Like Captain America isn't actually a captain in the military. He just got called that. He doesn't actually have the authority of a captain.
Yeah, someone says I think he's an admiral. Oh, the Captain Crunch.
What?
Yeah,
My whole life has been a lie.
the devil wears Harry Weinstein.
The devil wears nothing. I actually kind of like that.
Oh, I said Harvey Weinstein. It's Harry Weinstein. That's still funny though. I like
The
that.
fuck is Harry Weinstein?
I guess maybe it's like a nickname for Harvey. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
shorter.
fucking know. And Vanisphere, we are doing good. How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm really glad Vanisphere is over here too. I don't know if you're streaming tonight, dude, but if you are and we're still doing this stuff, we have a lot of people. We'll probably send them over to you, dude.
Yep. We'll send the army.
Yup.
The army of harpies.
Throw them all over you.
Let's see those
All over
And
you.
also, that was right in the Snyder Cut. They turned. I feel like they turned Batman into Black Widow.
I mean, I don't even see how that correlates, but I mean, maybe.
Oh, I'm losing.
Yeah, me too.
So
My
if
guy,
you
I'm not
have
funny at all.
an appetizer around
If it makes
I
me
mean,
feel
that's
any better,
true.
I'm losing because I'm not playing.
double the
There we go. See that?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Hey, we got
Oh,
round
hell
two,
yeah.
bitch.
You just called
okay.
Roxy a bitch? How dare you? That's so mean.
What?
Trust me,
Okay.
I've been called worse at work.
I would never call that.
Oh, that's right. Whenever we're done with this, I gotta tell y'all what happened at work yesterday, because yesterday was a fucking shit show.
Let me see here. I can't say the name of my prompt because then it gives away what I'm gonna be doing. But
Yeah.
fuck. This is a pretty good prompt. But my brain can't handle the fucking what I can actually write here.
If y'all need help, I'm available on the sidelines. Phone a friend.
And I used to watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when I was a kid, like all the fucking time. And I was like, man, I would never make it past the first question. Some of those questions are some bullshit, man.
I want to be on the weakest link. I think that'd be
Never
fun.
I don't think there's a single game show I think I'd be good at. Like, I almost want to try not necessarily the Ultimate Warrior, but like the jokier versions of that, because I think I might be able to get decently far. Because like, oh, I'm kind of skinny, and I can, I have decent athleticism, so I can kind of jump over shit. But anything that's like a trivia, I'm like, bro, I'm calling a friend on the first question.
Yeah, really
Who
quick, I
would
want to
you
bring this
call?
up because in the chat someone brought this up. But Weakest Link has officially returned, and
Has it?
Roxy, we gotta fucking do this one of these days, bro.
first, but
Like
not
this
Weakest
show.
Link?
is
Yeah, we still gotta show you what it is, and then like what I like doing personally is like with the people that are watching with me, I like everyone getting involved, so we're like answering questions along with the show.
Yeah. We're
Oh,
supposed to say
yeah.
this. Why? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Ryan's asking, you remember the game show Uh-Oh? Yeah, Uh-Oh is this weird fucking, like, not necessarily like athletic show, but it's like, you do these gross-ass things in random bullshit just to get, like, points to win. Yeah!
The second one I heard in Gary's voice.
I felt like that was
Yes,
Gary.
yes.
Hey, my prompt worked. I got some points. As we stare at this gaping asshole that is that fucking,
You're the one motherfucker that saw that, sir.
Yeah, but now the rest of y'all do.
voting
Karen of all cruises.
That's fucking
That was
great.
fucking, these are
That's
fucking
great.
terrible.
Gator's single
Whoever
hands.
did Karen of all cruises, that's great.
No, these are all
Love it.
terrible.
Tommy, that's awesome, bro.
Oh, I like all your memes on Facebook. You got top quality notch memes.
Top quality. That
Top
a
quality.
pretentious
Name-
short film
name-
produced by a cat.
Call me by your name.
Spill cups of water.
Free Pepe
Meditation.
Le Pew.
Favorite quiz.
Free
Well-
Pepe Le Pew.
These are terrible.
Fucking.
I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. Y'all ain't funny.
As a safety
Wow.
quip.
Nick,
I didn't
please tell me
know
what-
I have one.
Oh my god! I was like, please explain that to me. Oh, you're like, I got nothing. You could have just said a random fucking movie you think is percentage, like Shape of Water.
I like how Alan's like, look, let me teach you how to tell jokes, because I am funny.
Putting the dick cheese on the
I
bread.
didn't even.
What?
What?
Quickest way to get from
Who's-
Olive Garden. Just a Sonic the
Just a
Hedgehog.
Sonic
Between breast
Hedgehog?
inside you.
Ew. Wait, I mean, depends on where the inside of you is.
I
Adds
don't
a little
think any
flavor.
won't be okay. Any
I mean,
inside
you
of
eat them and they're inside of you.
Casfay,
There's
that's
a
nice.
Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh yeah, because
What?
the movie.
I think Casfay should have won that one.
Next
The
up-
problems were probably difficult, so.
Oh, you don't believe in miracles?
Oh, you don't believe in
Then
miracles?
explain.
Then explain.
Explain this, you sexy man.
The Snyder Cut. Okay, no,
Do
no.
you-
Is that gonna be just a
Fuck.
fucking reoccurring tired-ass joke for the rest of the
The
fucking
B movie's
day?
a pretty good one. Explain the B movie.
No, I paid to see that shit in theaters. I fucking love
Oh,
these movies.
fuck that.
Y'all like jazz?
I wonder who.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
Wait.
love
Oh
jazz.
shit! Oh, we almost died. Look, as soon as I saw the B movie, I'm like, yeah, that's the winner.
Zadra Moon, what's up, dude? How you doing? Yeah, no, I know it's rest in peace, ET, but I guarantee they'll be back later on. As soon as they are, by the way, I'm gonna send you guys right back over to them. Hopefully that does happen though, because I know, like, you know, you guys ain't come over here to just watch us, but hopefully, you know, you're having a good time anyways, and maybe you can, you know, still stay with us later on. We see real weapons. What real leprechauns say about how they appear in pop culture. We wanted royalties. Fucking fucked up my G. I
I read that second one in your voice.
fucking fucked up my G. I can imagine Gene saying that though. Oh yes,
Yeah,
I'm a
I
fan.
don't
I
know.
want to be on. I survived the Japanese. Oh, dude, I did not want to do any of those Japanese shows.
You woke up covered in chocolate sauce next to a live pig. Where were you last night?
The Midwest.
At a great party.
An ICP concert.
Yo, that's so fucking true.
That
is
one's
so
fucking
fucking
real.
True.
Willy Wonka's
That one's
Barnyard.
just real. That's not a joke. That's just truth.
Willy Wonka's
If you
Barnyard.
think you're gonna come clean to an ICP gathering, you're gonna be sticky as fuck.
A work in
No.
progress. Hoping Darkseid
No.
and Omega beamed the DT crew. No, you did not. But
Corey actually has the anti-life equation, guys. So yeah.
Without further ado,
yeah, that's a thing. In the comics.
Yeah, no, that thing was for the comic book fans because they barely explained that shit. But this is how I'm like, oh shit, anti-life equation is on Earth.
A better wedding tradition than tossing the banquet would be tossing salad.
Get some money. You're right. That's second
I'm
one.
pretty
What is
sure all
expensive
y'all
enough?
would leave if that happened at my fucking wedding.
Yeah,
That would
you're
be,
just
though.
gonna
Imagine
eat-
walking
we're
in
just
there
gonna
and-
eat each other out as a wedding tradition.
Cast fade. No, that's really good.
Buckets of money. More people would show up to your wedding if you just threw a huge bucket of money. But make sure it's coins.
That's what my neighbors used to, not that they would like throw out buckets of money, but for Halloween, instead of giving out candy, they would give out like change.
Here's 35 cents, kid. Happy.
All right, come on, get me up there. I want to go up. I'm in last place. Oh, you
Yeah!
fucking kidding me.
Fourth place. Just like a Snyder cut. I went. Just like
Fuck
Justice
you.
League. It went from fourth worst to third best.
Come on
Seriously, Justice
down!
League. I like Justice League. I'm Alan.
Almost
I
like
have
it's
no penis.
relevant, Nick. It's almost like it's relevant.
triple the
I can't
Three
believe Sketchy
lines that'll
Lefty
show
Twins
how
gonna
we
beat
really
all of our
feel.
ass. Damn it,
What?
Sketchy Lefty. Yeah, Sketchy Lefty Twins #1 right now, whooping all of our ass. All right, this is gonna be a longer one, so we're gonna be a little bit quiet for a second because this is gonna be a little bit of a harder prompt. So it's what it is.
What the fuck is this prompt?
Damn, fucking mad.
This made me mad too. You know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna try. Easy jokes for the fucking win.
No more Snyder Cut stuff, please, y'all.
Too fucking late.
My heart can't take no more.
And Lurko saying that the anti-life equation has better lore in Young Justice Season 3. Which, good. I've not had a chance to watch that, but I definitely got to, especially after watching the ZACK SNYDER'S. Because I fucking love Young Justice. That's like one of my favorite animated shows. Troy's asking, how about Batman v Superman jokes? Batman v Martha! Why'd you say that name?
Fuck, this is hard shit.
I feel like that's how you feel whenever I tell you you're exactly like Michael from The Office.
Look, I am a competent human being. Michael isn't.
Yo, we do be kind of similar though.
No, I just say that's what she said a lot. What about guest house jokes?
Just
Oh no!
Did anyone
I'm just
watch
talking
that
about
movie?
your parkour phase.
Look, man, that phase lasted a day. I broke my
see
wrist.
those thrips.
Wait, what?
That shit. Too.
Oh, I tried to
So long.
I tried to run up the side of a building and I fell and broke my wrist.
Amazing, but
Fuck.
The Crow, Alan loves Young Justice so much that he'd never watch season 3.
Get the hell out, Blurkero! I got shit to do.
She's
What?
amazing, but what 3 roles would challenge even Meryl Streep? Being a person who doesn't clap for pedophiles, being authentic, or being entertaining, or playing Neo, playing Steppenwolf, playing Scarlet
Well,
Witch?
Nick clearly wrote the one on the left
Why are you saying that?
because it's you. And you
I
hate
mean,
Meryl
I agree
Streep.
with it. So
Nick, you hate Meryl Streep more than anyone else on the planet.
Yeah, but there's other people that would be saying the same thing. What are you talking about?
Nobody would say that.
I'm
Wow.
pretty sure they would say the same thing.
Yeah, I'm totally
Yep.
fucking right.
Man, fuck you, Alan. Alright? Fuck
Trust
you,
me,
dude.
I was there when you watched that mailroom, that whatever fucking movie it was.
Melrose, I was there when.
Yeah, sorry I know you.
Hi, Alan. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Everything
Dude.
material, cards, toothpicks, water balloons, sticks, straws, pulled pork.
Oh, that'd be fucking delicious.
Jesus.
That's made out of a house?
But what if you-
That
yeah,
doesn't
what
have
if you
any
eat the fucking
structural
house?
integrity.
I don't think
Like-
Roxy thought about that. Like, I don't think. No. Like,
No, I'm
fuck
not
the
gonna
house.
live in the house. I'm gonna do mutual aid. I'll give
gonna
everyone
eat
my
it?
pork sandwich. Yeah.
The post, yeah, Black.
Yeah,
Knight.
the
That movie
post.
was terrible.
Yeah, and I remember this man was freaking out for like 2.5 hours. So I'm like, yeah, he hates Meryl
Okay,
Streep.
for one, I don't do that with movies like Yo Ass. Okay.
Oh, full
2
fucking
minutes.
shit! Full fucking shit!
It was 2 minutes, you jerk. 3
I
for
feel
contest
like
and
I
cha-cha
knew.
slide.
I know who the one on the fucking left is.
Who?
I'm not saying anything. I'm
It's
just
pro- no,
gonna
it's
sit
Alan,
here and
'cause
eat
he's
my
born.
fucking
Oh,
almond.
fuck 100%, I don't give a shit.
No,
What the fuck is a cha-cha slide?
Alan, you are so
You don't
lazy.
remember?
I don't know
Slide
what the
to the
fucking
left.
cha-cha slide is.
Slide to the right. You
Yeah, go
remember?
ahead, give it to him. Huh?
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna lose that one. I have to lose to JP. Damn.
You gotta try a little bit, man. God damn.
I did. I wrote 3 words.
Snyder. Cut.
Terrible names for a new
Terrible name for a new cereal brand.
It's gonna be good. Music pubs.
Music Pubs,
benefits,
Denim Bites, Snyder
Schindler's
list of
List of
ingredients.
ingredients.
I actually kind of like that last
Corona
one.
Crunch.
decision. Choose your favorite.
Cat Attack Crunch. No, I like the first one. Snyder list of Schindler's List. I get like Schneider.
Did you say Schneider? You need to get over that fucking movie, dog. You just said the Schneider cut cereal. Whatever the fuck you're about to say, you idiots.
Shut up.
That's fucking great. You got the motherfucker on your mind.
Yep.
I like it.
Not like we just talked about him.
Full score.
The bear
cha-cha.
cha-cha slide.
Oh man, you fucking nerds. I gotta tell you, dude, nerds are hilarious. Oh, JP won. What the fuck?
Damn it!
What
I guess
happened?
he truly is the Quiplash.
Wow, that was actually pretty good, dude. Good job there, sir. I'm gonna put it back on this other screen. We're gonna try one more time. I'm gonna do new players though. New players, so
Yeah.
you know, it'd be fun, it'd be cool, it'd be great. I'm gonna word it with my mouth though first, so you can get in there really quick, Alan.
That's what
Okay.
she said.
Watch his lips.
Yep.
Yeah, watch his lip.
My name's Alan.
Take it back now,
Alright.
I
y'all.
hate you as a person.
So Alan, it's B, P, V, F. There you go. Now you're in there, and now I'll show the screen so everyone else can get in too.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, Eddie says is JP still undefeated in Jackbox? Yeah, and that other game.
Wait, seriously?
Talking Points. Yeah, Talking Points, dude. He's undefeated.
Oh, y'all suck.
Do you know what Talking Points is?
I don't care.
You're quite the guy.
Yes. Yes, I am.
He said, could you link in the chat? Okay, yeah, so here's the thing. You go over here to jackbox.tv. There it is. Just posted it. When you go over there, though, you have to sign up to Twitch through that particular website, and then you type in BPVF, and you can go in there and shoot the shit and talk and everything. Alan, you little brother, you. he wrote the fucking Jackbox TV. He's like, cooler Link. You're trying to compete with Link?
Yeah,
God.
cooler one.
Yeah. Okay, so by the way, Black Knight, I'm sorry, dude, but someone already joined. It's already filled up. But now you know for next time. So hopefully you can try again in a little bit. and it's definitely a Jack in the Box, as Ryan just said. And sorry, it's sketchy. Hopefully, you can join in very, very fast next time. But I am sorry, but we're gonna be
And
going.
by the way, people, you guys can join the audience and vote.
Yeah, you can still change how things are in that way too. Because honestly, it's kind of fun playing as the audience. You have to come up with a joke, and you can still like fuck people over.
Well, howdy do. It's
Howdy
Quiplash
do.
3.
Quiplash
A
3,
quit
yeah.
Before dying.
Damn, it quit before
I'm
dying. That's
Smitty,
kind of crazy.
The host and proprietor of this game, so please treat it with respect.
Wait, Jack in the Box counts as a Justice League connection? Oh, because of Affleck and this whole Jack in the Box thing.
You get points based on the
I'm sorry,
What?
Black Knight. I apologize.
I don't get that joke.
What, the Affleck thing?
Yeah.
No, there was like a thing when he was going, he was down in the dump skull, you fucking nerds. He, was at Jack in the Box and had this really awful picture that was taken from in the car. And he was like, he had a hangover and all that shit. It was like a really, like, super popular picture. Like, that was a big thing for a while. Okay.
I'm thinking, motherfucker, and I'm pulling you and I'm ignoring.
Okay, thank you. Anyways, I'll be quiet for a second, guys. But as soon as prompts actually begin, then you'll hear lots of talking and whatnot.
The audience is fun. Yes, I'm not even pronouncing your name, buddy, because I don't know. Fuck that up.
That's
yes, the
sketchy.
audience is fun.
Oh, Caspe, yeah.
So I'm gonna ask how many people in the chat actually. I never people in the current chat actually watched the Snyder Cut. Because I know like a lot of people watched it. Probably extremely popular for HBO Max. But how many people actually watched it fully through?
There's seconds left. Use a safety quip if you have to.
Okay, I just wrote some random ass shit. That was not funny at all, and I do not deserve to win.
Yeah, Super Fan Films that never bothered watching it. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to sell that length of a movie. Okay. Honestly, blank might as well be a curse word.
No shit, why might it be a curse word?
I mean, shit, yeah.
Karen
Hey,
might
it depends on who you're talking to. That's either one of them.
Really quick, hold on, let me refresh something.
What's up?
Alright, so no update still. Just looking at the chat over here. What am I gonna do?
Oh, how did I lose that?
Next one up. Carl, the kind cat burglar, leaves your valuables and takes your blank.
Alright,
Yeah.
so by the way, we're being hosted again. Everybody over there in the Double Toasted land, just so you guys know we're playing Jackbox, you guys can join in the audience, or you guys can actually join in the game, because as soon as this game ends, we're starting off with new people. I still haven't had any update from Double Toasted, just to put that out there. But I know Corey's going to be calling me as soon as we actually know what's going on. So, Glucose Guy, AG Last Strange, I said your fucking name wrong. Sorry, dude. But, yeah, hopefully it'll start soon. And, yeah, guys, I don't know what to tell you, but hopefully it's you guys have a fun time over here. And I know for sure you guys are going to get some kind of, update from Corey. So, just stay patient with us, and it should be fun.
Yep, you can join the audience with the code in the top right-hand corner, or ask us whatever random bullshit questions you got.
Corey calling Ball Crusher? Yeah, a roller on my bedoster.
Most erotic amusement park ride is called the... What?
Like a roller coaster, like roller on my bedoster.
No! Fucking terrible!
Whatever
Oh my
wins.
god, it was
Whatever
you!
wins.
I'm
You
glad-
voted for
yeah,
me? You
what
were
if it
talking
loses
shit and you voted
horribly?
for me? You fucking dummy.
Yeah, cause fuck you!
God damn, you are so full of shit.
Yeah! And you're also an unfunny asshole!
Fucking seriously, man. Surprising thing to find cotton spider in your basement. Wilbur the pig. Corey Coleman's laptop.
Ooh. Is that Charlotte's Web?
Yeah, I believe so. Bad Shield says, tell him Bad Shield said to try to change his power settings if he hasn't already, please and thanks. Okay, I make sure to do that if he calls me. I called him like fucking 7 times, dude. He didn't answer, yeah, answer. What the fuck I was trying to think of? I was trying to find a different word for answer, and like I already said the fucking word.
Let me just reinvent the English language. Fuck it, why not?
Reinvent the wheel.
A slightly
more appetizing name for leftovers. After dinners, ugh.
Remaining food?
Right, vote for the one
Are you a robot?
Remainders, I guess, that'd be another one too.
Remainders probably would have been the... Motherfuckers are gonna think about math. That's gonna be more appealing.
That's true, right? Eat this math equation, but
This math
after
equation.
dinners is so gross.
The anti-life equation.
Fuck. I didn't want to give you a goddamn a vote. Lacurl, old man Corey still doesn't use text message? Dude, I don't know why, but he doesn't. Corey, if you're watching this, dude, please utilize the texting, please, please. Broken JPG, sorry. Corey has not gave me an update yet, but he's going to. I know for sure. He's actually talking to his cable company right now, and hopefully, you know, drowning in turtle water. It's amazing. I come here to make friends. I came here to drown in turtle water and kick ass, take names. Oh yes, thank you. Hey Alan, admit that you think I'm funny because that's twice you voted for my shit, dude.
I voted for the worst one.
That's not how the game. Man, don't tell me you're playing this game wrong too.
No, I know which ones you pick, so someone has to make you feel
The
better.
worst ever. I don't know movie shit. Oh yeah, California's biggest escort is I don't know movie shit or celebrities accused of assault. Now that is very true and hilarious.
Yeah, if they got they pay people to take the celebrities away, they'd be $1 billion a year.
Yeah, Lucky Dog Podcast. I think Corey is gonna be super pissed off at somebody because he just had this issue like a few weeks ago. And AT&T and Spectrum, they're fucking terrible, dude. We actually went through that when we were all together in Miami. We had an AT&T situation and we couldn't get the internet to work at all.
Well, AT&T is fucking terrible. I don't know how anyone actually does anything with that fucking connection.
Something sexy near a tall, beefy boy who knows how to fuck you like an animal, or toss a veggie salad. I think the fuck you like an animal thing is a Limp Bizkit reference, by the way, from that song Hot Dog. So thank you for that, and I'm definitely voting for that shit. Synth Killa, what's up, man? How you doing? Or girl, whoever you are. But thank you for actually being over here. I don't know. I'll reiterate some of the things over and over, but essentially, Corey has been busy talking to Spectrum, so. He'll let us know what's going on with that soon, and then you guys will be able to watch it double toasted. But I'll make sure to keep you guys updated as long as I possibly can.
Art is terrible. I've had the best years of my life with Spectrum throughout the years. Oh, okay, he means AT&T, yeah. I'm a dude, but what's going on? Basically, we're playing Quiplash, so you could join the audience where you can vote on who has the funniest, I guess, prompt that comes up. All of them get doubled.
Oh, it's a 9 Inch Nail reference? I didn't know. That was a Limp Bizkit reference.
Yeah, Nick, you gotta leave the show. You fucked it up.
What'd I do?
You have to go. Julian yelled at you. You gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. Excalibur, what's up, man? So, yeah, just so you guys know, once again, I know it's probably going to be annoying me keeping on saying it, but Corey will be starting soon. He's talking to Spectrum, the internet company he has. So, yeah, we'll deal with that, too. I'm a dude. She's a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. Yeah! Good Burger is fucking great, dude. I love that movie. Oh, wait, I'm about to read my fucking prompt out loud, dude. Shut up, Nick. Shut up, dude.
Yeah, these problems are so fucking difficult. Screw it, I give up. We're all dudes in here.
I made a prompt, or I wrote an answer that is literally about you and Roxy.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great. But Chad, what are you guys up to? So, what are you guys thinking about that Zack Snyder Justice League dating? Because I know that when you guys say that stuff in the chat on Double Toasted, he can't read it all, but we will read pretty much everything over here. So, yeah, tell us what you think, and I'll make sure to read them as we continue on with this entire show. Sal Goodman saying, "What up? What's up with you, dude? How you doing? I'm glad to see you over here again. I know that the context of you being here is DT not being on, but I hope to see you more outside of the of us filling in for him and whatnot, you know." Number one cause of divorce among citizens of Legoland, Meta Duplo Block, fucking a Mega Block figure. It's the same thing, actually.
Yes, it is.
Did I say it wrong, though, by the way? Duplo?
I don't fucking know what that is.
I'm stupid. I like it, but there are some problems. Tommy says that was fine. Duplo.
Look,
okay,
man,
thank you.
I had no fucking answer to this question, so I don't care about loser or not.
Damn, a fucking safety quit? What the hell?
No, you've done that too.
Yeah, but I'm doing a bunch of shit, man.
Fuck you.
Wonder rule would make MMA safer. Cancellation turn into cockfighting. That might actually be safer technically. I'm gonna go with
the cockfighting. That's so fucking illegal.
JP, I don't know where that question's coming from. You're saying you do know I like you, right? I don't know. I actually don't know if you like me. You talk a lot of shit.
Oh, well, okay, guys, we figured it out. The long mystery's over. JP likes a comic book adaptation.
Yeah. Ryan says cockfighting is just as violent. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. With them teeth and everything, them dogs like fucking ripping at each other. I think that might
That's
be.
dog fighting.
Oh, what's cockfighting then?
Chickens.
Oh shit! You know it's a slow morning when Nick Diaz is trending on Twitter. Okay, when Bird Allen.
Look, that might be real one day. Not this Nick Diaz, but there's like a MMA fighter Nick Diaz.
No, because he has been trending on that. Because one time he got caught for smoking weed and they kicked him out of the UFC.
The Snyder Cut was awesome. Spoilers avoided. Just go spend over 4 hours. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'll pull it out. I saw it twice. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh shit! Corey has not begun, guys. I'm just gonna let you guys know that. I mean, still hang out with us for as long as you guys can. But let me show you, just so you guys see. Here it is right here. So you guys can go enjoy Double Toasted for as long as they can actually stay online. But if it doesn't work, come back with us, man. Seriously. I'm not going to host this anymore because I think it's probably annoying for Corey too. So when you guys can, come back. You know what I mean? But Corey's there. Enjoy him. And yeah, I love you guys. Seriously. Really appreciate all the support and really appreciate you guys chilling with us for now. Buggins Monster. Oh, just yay! Oh, the fucking tie. God damn it.
Because
Alan, you would fucking love this monster though.
What the vision
No,
chart spells
no.
out when the eye doctor
The fuck kind of question is that?
sees you.
I don't know that prompt. I just didn't know what to fucking say on that prompt.
These are so fucking difficult. Thank you, Seafish. A bunch of numbers, Seafish. Thank you so much.
Fucking number Seafish. Yeah, no shit, right? That's what I would have said. What the vision chart spells out when the eye doctor secretly hates you. Nice eyes, loser. Tip me, bitch. I like that. Nice eyes, loser. I've tried to fucking. Wow, that was actually a pretty good answer, and for a quip.
Yeah, no, I literally was like, I don't fucking know what it says. What about a bunch of random fucking symbols?
Oh fuck, guys.
up,
All right, yeah.
Really
DT's down
way to
again.
fool facial
We're
recognition
here.
technology.
Come back when you guys can. I'm sorry, y'all. I wish I could do something else.
All right, choose your favorite.
A brilliant way to fool facial recognition technology. Use the face of one of the chat tag members. Yeah, no shit, right?
I'm the only one on camera.
Dan Teal Alexander, thank you very much for following us. Really appreciate that, and I'm sorry for everything that's going on over there at Double Toasted Land. Yeah, hopefully you guys can come over here and have some fun with us. I'm not going to do a lot of reiteration for the rest of the stuff here. It's just, yeah, I hopefully you guys watch a show that stays online. This is a fucking crazy day, huh, Alan?
Snowflake needs no pants. I know for a fact JP did the Snowflake needs no pants because I know exactly what that's referencing to.
I actually don't at all, but it'd be funny. I'm going to vote for it. Let's see. Excalibur says, have we ever seen The Whedon Cut? This will be compared to Endgame as best superhero film of all time. Yeah, probably. It already is. Some people are actually already saying it.
Hey, what are you? We saw the Whedon cut. There's a theatrical version. Oh, no. He's saying if we didn't see that one, this would be really the best superhero movie of all time. Really? Really?
Yeah, some people
no,
say
dude.
that,
It's not even. Dude, this is a crack top 100.
A sure sign your therapist has stopped listening to you. I have Alan's voice and she's Roxanne.
What?
Vote for that one, guys. It's great.
Clearly not. I don't know why.
Thank you for sharing the stream there, Max. Really appreciate that.
I don't know. I think you could have referenced any line in the fucking Winter Soldier as like, stop listening to you. It's like she fucking ignored the hell out of him.
No shit.
I'm planning on editing that in the Snyder Cut. What do you guys think? Good luck, Bad Shield. By the way, every scene with Martian Manhunter is terrible and in some cases ruins the movie.
No, it's very short. They're not that bad.
Dude, the scene where fucking Martha Kent is talking to Lois Lane and they're bonding over Clark was a beautiful scene. That being Martian Manhunter's fucking stupid.
I don't
There's
know.
literally no point to it. Why? Does he even know her? They spent like 2 minutes together. He barely knows Clark. He tried to blow him up in Batman v Superman.
By the way, Lucky Dog, he already edited before the show because I helped him out with it, so that he wasn't doing it during the show. But yeah, no, that's not the thing that's fucking up his stream. Eddie saying just speed up all the slow-mo parts. Yeah, no shit, right? You can easily do that, and then put the original song they use and just use it to be on there. Julian, no! Julian's on your fucking side now. I hate the fuck out of you two.
Okay, well, clearly I'm wrong.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was right out the prompt.
Oh, I love my answer to this one. Yeah, Seafish, and where was him when they fought Superman? Yeah, no shit.
Batman did be like, bro, what the fuck?
What's up?
like Dr. Martian Manhunter going, bro, what the fuck?
Hey, he just shows up when it's convenient. What the fuck, dude?
No, he shows up and he has nothing better than fucking do. He's like, hey, I'm gonna come see you. Everyone knows he's Batman. His identity means fucking nothing.
Once again, guys, you want to go try him out. I'm not going to tell you guys to go and watch. Just, you know, it's on now, so take advantage of that. It's on. Moving back into the game here. I almost feel defeated, man, because I just feel bad for you guys. But someone did say, like, hey, don't apologize. This show's fun, too. And I appreciate that. Some people don't think that's the case, so I mean that towards them. Sorry that you guys don't like this. But I'm
Legs with thighs.
Yeah, we're doing what we can.
Crack addict fucking wrote that second one.
Yeah, fireflies, water. Knife with legs.
If water shows up in your dreams, be very fucking worried.
I like the Nick Diaz thing because you guys brought my name. I appreciate that. Glucose, yeah.
Man, I guess.
If they go again, Glucose, just you're free to come back, dude. Just to put that out there, man. And then someone asked if they can get into the next game. If DT's still on, we're gonna actually turn it off because I almost feel guilty to keep you guys here for so fucking long. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, so it is what it is.
I'm so mad that I lost that so hard.
Josh saying, what did the crew give Justice League? So I don't even mean DT crew, but I think they gave it matinee. Us, Alan likes to go on his own path, so he gave it a 6 out of 10. Me, I didn't even give mine, but I will say really quick, it's a fucking 1.5 out of 5 for me. It's a pretty terrible fucking movie. I hate it so very much, but I like the Joker bit, and I like a couple of action scenes they added in. I mean,
we didn't talk about that. That Joker bit was terrible. Yeah. I don't know who owed. I don't know if Zack Snyder felt bad for Jared Leto or he owed him a fucking favor. But I was like, why am I seeing this?
Yeah. Nick's Alan's Roxy's. 3 things that'll put you right to sleep. Oh shit.
I mean, Snyder could have to. Yeah, I'm about to say Snyder could have to. Batman v Superman will put you to C-SPAN.
Nick Diaz, you fucking asshole.
Nick Diaz is butter soul. I think he meant bitter.
No, butter. Like butter will put you to sleep. Or wait, I don't know. I quit.
You should.
Excalibur chat attack is the truth. Thank you very much. Josh saying I will debate Nick Diaz on why Justice League Snyder Cut is better than The Godfather.
Better than Godfather? You guys are fucking crack addicts. What is going on in this chat? Somebody saying that it's gonna be better than Endgame, and someone else saying better than The Godfather. This movie was decent at best.
I mean, hey, he could be a crack addict, or he could just be a guy who's into comic book movies. Same difference. Oh, dude, Space Cowboy, thank you so much, Tommy, for subscribing. Really appreciate that, man. Honestly, guys, the support's fucking like crazy. I really, really appreciate everything.
Yeah, and sitting through a lot of these terrible, terrible jokes.
Yeah, like this. But here's the thing, though, man. The prompts are kind of hard to work with.
Oh, they're fucking terrible.
Yeah. Normally, I make fun of Alan. Oh, your jokes suck. My jokes suck too. I can't work with this. Smoking in the talking Kush, Munchkin pulling with the balls. Someone who ate himself. What? That's fucking great. Oh, Eddie, thank you so much for the I was gonna say Prime shipping. Jesus Christ, the Prime gaming. I'm used to Amazon apparently. Fucking A. Dude, Tommy is fucking whooping ass. I cannot believe he whooped ass like that. Holy shit.
I can. I've never claimed to be funny.
So let's see if they're. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Alright, here it goes. I can't tell.
What?
I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna see if I can hear it quick.
Why is Carlos in the back looking like he owes like Corey owes him money? Gotta get that shit working. No, I got your money, man. I got your money. I gotta get it working.
Dude, Corey is fucking mad. You can't hear in the chat, Alan or Roxy, but everybody in the chat can probably hear it.
I'm not making fun of you. I got you. Oh, get your goddamn ass
Carlos
off me.
still
Get off me.
Out of work. I have no idea.
Oh man, guys. Chat. You know what, chat? I'm gonna ask you guys really quick. What do you want? Do you want us to continue playing? Because we can. And by the way, Alan, I should ask you. I'm sorry, I might disrespect you here, dude. Do you want to keep going?
It's up to the people.
We'll leave it up
Let
to
the people decide.
Because I literally feel bad right now, dude. Like, it's just... Fuck, man. Yeah, sorry, guys.
Off the top of my head, I don't have anything I can review, so not that I can think of anyway.
Like, I'm down to play some more games and stuff. That's cool. I just feel like I don't want to be, like, disingenuous with, like, streaming and shit. That's the only thing. So, like, I like hanging out with you. Alright, I appreciate that. Space Guy was like, I'm heading to bed. Thank you. You know what, guys? Here's the thing. We're going to leave. But, if Corey has trouble tomorrow for What Up Son, I'll have a lot of topics and a lot of stuff ready to do a whole show with, because I do think that like I want to be able to give you guys a really good show too. But if it's just gonna be Jackbox, legitimately, and I'm telling you, like this is great for our analytics, but I don't want to take advantage of you guys. Seriously, like that's a big fucking thing. It's like we're taking advantage of a really shitty situation happening with Corey, and then you guys are supporting us, which is cool. But if we tire you guys out of our fucking like not doing a great show or something, it just doesn't help all of it. So seriously, guys, I really appreciate it. If you guys can follow us on YouTube, I'm gonna actually put my stuff out here really quick. I'll put yours out here too, Mr. Alan Shakazine. First off, you can follow Alan over there. That's his Facebook page, and then his Twitter. Alan's very, very active on Twitter and Facebook. And then you can follow us over here on YouTube. This will be great if you guys follow us on YouTube. So thank you so much. Come to YouTube, hang out with us over there too. We do the exact same shows that are done here. They're always streamed simultaneously, but we're really trying to do some better shit with YouTube. And thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the Jet and my own personal things up there. Oh, and also, Rox. Follow her over there on the Foxy Boxer Rocks over there on Facebook. Rox, you want to say anything, by the way? I'm sorry, I've been talking over you all fucking night. I think she's gone. That's okay.
Yep.
I understand it, though. But anyways, guys, all right. Well, that's pretty much about it, though. I really, really appreciate it, dude. Everybody, you guys are the shit. I'm tired. I'm slurring my fucking words. That's how bad, dude. I haven't had water in like a fucking hour. Can you tell? Can you tell my mouth's like...
Nah, but I can imagine it.
Anyways, Alan, like I know I've been fucking with you all night, and I think your opinion suck about comic book movies, but seriously, thank you so fucking much, because I would not be able to do this without you, dude. Seriously.
Oh, of course. And somebody has to make sure you don't kill anybody because of a fucking comic book movie. Never seen the man gets so mad about an opinion that somebody else has on a movie.
I mean, yeah, it's almost like they're talking shit first or something. I don't know. It's almost like comic book fans like to poke and then go.
It's almost like you like to. It's almost like you like to poke them back just as hard.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's why bullies existed. Oh, hey,
yeah, you always just I don't know. Stop.
Can you nerds just take responsibility for your stupid actions?
Can you nerd stop also fucking like feeling the need to sacrifice yourself?
What you gonna say? You're fucking up over there.
You're cutting me out, motherfucker.
Anyways,
tell
them about Metropolis Collective.
No.
You guys can follow them over there, Metropolis Collective on Facebook. They have a bunch of stuff going on there. Nuna's podcast is actually doing very, very good. I was talking to Jenny about that last night. That like them connected with fucking Alan and helping him out with the uploads and blah 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 is actually helping out or making things look really good on Metropolis. And I gotta tell you guys, I love everything y'all are doing over there. So keep that shit fucking going. Seriously, Alan. I think that you're one of the biggest fucking weapons that they have, including Jenny and Jenny. So yeah, yes. keep up the good work. With that said, guys, we are out of here. So bye-bye. Thank you for playing Jackbox TV with us, and we will see you guys later. We're gonna raid Double Toasted though, because we took advantage of him a lot today. So
yeah, we'll go right down.
Let me see. Let me go ahead and go to our. I already lost my fucking windows. Here it is. All right. I'm sorry, Ryan, but I appreciate it. Raid Double Toasted. There you go, peeps. We're not raiding a lot. We're raiding a few. There you go. There you go. 14 people. We got some more people sending over there. And enjoy that raid, DT. And goodbye, folks. Take care. All that.